Alright everyone, it looks like we are ready for the next run, which is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, run by Recondite, so go ahead and take it away.
Hi, hello, this is Rift Apart. It's a very good game, came out recently, it's very cool. Latest in the Ratchet and Clank series, and we are going to break everything about it, and I'm gonna love it. Joined here today by NauticalTurtle and Jeypeg as our lovely commentators. Hello. How are you all doing?
Hi. I'm doing great. I have no idea what to expect, so this is gonna be fun.
Well, it is an interesting introduction to whoever's never seen a Ratchet and Clank game before, because we're not going to see very much of it, I'll be perfectly honest. So quite the quick one, but yes, all collectibles, as you imagine. The goal is to collect every collectible in the game, so that's the rough idea, but we're going to try and do it quite quickly. That's the plan. I'm basically ready whenever everyone else is. We all vibe and we're all having fun.
Yeah, I'm ready to get clanking.
Clanking. Alright, I will. Time will begin after we skip this cutscene. So, 3, 2, 1, bang. That's time. I don't know when time started actually, if it started at all, but there you go, we're off. So, welcome to the beautiful Rift Apart on PS5. It's a performance mode, by the way. It's still very pretty, even on my really tiny monitor that I'm playing it on. And 1080p video graphics, it is still very lovely to look at.
We will be switching performance mode, or visual settings, I should say, to force change some checkpoints later, but you won't see any dip in performance at all.
Well, that's a hope, anyway, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, this is the very first level, which actually will teach you some Ratchet and Clank lore, because it goes through the history of the entirety of the games. Well, we're just going to ignore them, they don't matter, right?
It's not
very cool, though. Not important, no, we don't need to know.
You also just skip a bunch of the dialogue lines by going too fast, so you'll just get pieces.
You could forget the blog invasion. Show the crowd! Like, you just completely skip part of the time. Alright, we're gonna restart checkpoint here just so we can grab that ammo box a little bit early and then break some balloons, because it's very pretty.
Normally you have to wait for the ammo box to spawn there, but no. And then hard trick here. Okay, yeah, that island's not supposed to move like that. We basically trick the game into thinking that we are playing the game while not playing the game with it's called photo mode abuse. You open the map and then hold. We have a bunch of shortcuts on the D-pad. One of them being, oh, you can IJ here.
Would it work? I got the checkpoint.
Yeah, no, just yeah. If the guy despawned.
I'm a
Oh yeah, you're good. Yeah. Okay.
That was not supposed to happen.
Anyways. But yeah, the game like breaks by holding the photo mode shortcut and closing the map, and it's like it basically creates a frame perfect sort of replication. I don't know, it breaks stuff, and we use it for a bunch of different things. You'll see as we go.
Yeah, roll to skip a rail section, by the way. But we didn't feel like crime booting today, so we just did that to skip like 15 seconds into the future, right? There's gonna be quite a few of these as well, just a little death abuse, just to get to the island a little bit faster. Yeah, this level is mostly just your tutorial. Like, oh, here's how you kill things, you know. Here's how you parkour, that kind of thing. So
our first little boss as well. Enjoy the burst pistol while it lasts, because this will be the last time we use it.
Yep. Well, maybe it's a special little tree, you know, might throw it in there a little later on.
Well, we do, I think there's one spot on Sargasso, but that's probably...
Yeah. Pretty easy boss fight, actually, just to kind of like hold the right trigger button in and it dies. Now, my favorite part of the game. Most fun trick I've ever seen.
Yeah,
beautiful.
So back to PMAs. What Recon is doing here is starting a hyper strike, or the ground slamming ability, with square and X at the same time, and it gives you a little bit of height before a regular hyper strike. If you hold X, and photo mode abuse basically resets his grounded state after the animation plays out, so we can do infinite jumps.
It's beautiful. We love it. It's very fun.
Yeah,
It's not easy to chain in the slightest, though.
Yeah, that IJ chain saves about, I think it was like 15 to 20 seconds.
Yep, essentially we're stuck on like this platform while there's dialogue happening, and like we can't move, so that just like speeds up the process a little bit.
And then there's a really slow platform that moves towards the platform I did too afterwards.
Mr. Can't skip. Ah, so close.
Oh, almost. Yeah. If you press map, and we have another shortcut on the D-pad called skip cutscene, so that we don't have to press start to skip the cutscenes manually, you can trick the game into thinking the Zircon's pretty much right on top of you, and lets you press triangle a few frames early to access the store without having to wait for Mr. Fun's dialogue and all that. And then
That's a pretty good fight.
one more IJ to get under the trains. We don't like waiting, and that's a cutscene warp. So yeah, we're kind of blazing through some tech right now. If you hold forward,
So fast.
if you hold forward while doing the cutscene skip shortcut, you get it looks like you teleport, but you actually just gain a ton of speed and go flying forward.
Did that work? No, that did not work. It's fine, we'll do it again. And checkpoint. See, now that one works.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we tricked the game into basically destroying a dropship that spawns behind you by getting hit by a train. I don't know how it works, but it saves a ton of time, so, so now we're doing that.
Is anyone beautifully confused yet, by the way? This is just how fast the game goes.
It is, Mega 1 is a little tough because we blaze through a lot of tech at the start here.
Yeah, there's an auto-scroller section coming up in a second, actually, that nothing really happens, so we can just talk about some fancy stuff over there. But yeah, this is a... Mega 1 is like the big set-piece introduction to the game. Probably trying to... Yeah, it's been out for 2 years by this point. The spoilers are long out the window. Yeah, pretty much Clank, our friend Clank here, he decided he wanted to rebuild the Dimensionator. It's a weapon that kind of lets you travel between dimensions, and the big bad guy's kind of stolen it, and we accidentally broke it, and it's kind of causing things to go a bit nuts with the dimensions, as you can see there, which is not very nice. But yeah, they were having a parade to celebrate how great heroes they were, and then the bad guy kind of like crashed the parade, and we're gonna go beat him up for it. So, you know, that's nice.
There is a recurring theme here as well with all the other Ratchet speedruns. The bomb glove weapon is the best, so that's why we've chosen this over the other option. I believe this is the Forcer, which is a shotgun type weapon. But we'll be using the Shatter Blast for pretty much the entire run.
Yep, it is the best weapon in the game. 10 out of 10. What recommend? There you go. We are skipping like animations here, by the way, by just hitting him as fast as possible. Like it skips the next part of the fight, so he just leaves immediately instead of trying to.
And normally, he has phases based off of HP, and we're just hitting him down to a certain HP level before he has the chance to do the second part of each phase.
It's a nice little phase skip, and this will be the end of the first level. Now I get to sit back and relax because the game plays itself for the next minute. So.
And this is exactly a 1 minute auto scroller.
Yep. How you guys doing? You okay? How's the wife and kids? Yeah.
Get some coffee.
Wait, I have a cold drink here. I can really thirsty. Prime opportunity.
Stay hydrated, friends.
I drink water, not Pepsi Max. But anyway. Yeah, it's a very pretty game. I apologize how fast it is going. That's just how fast everything happens at the start. So I'm sorry if anyone's confused, but that's just how it works.
We'll figure it out. We have time.
That is true. This is a long run. Aye. Alright. That's the first level. It's just an introduction to everything, kind of introduced us to the story. That does not look promising for our heroes, that big purpley explosion, but we'll happily move about. Very nice. I don't know if I need much to add to that point. It's a great opening. It's very nice. To do a little trick here, actually. We don't like going the regular way, so we just jump over a fence.
We jump over a fence, it saves 2 seconds. Woo!
Yeah!
There's
a
also
strat here
Weren't there
Nautical
before?
wanted me to go for. Yeah, that's true. There's a strat there Nautical wanted me to go for, but I kind of refused.
it's actually a new strat, so it takes a little bit of getting used to. But you can use that little elevator pad that comes down to clip you into some railing on the left side, and it just like makes you glide straight all the way up to the top, and you can skip that section. Another thing we kind of just skipped over right here is this game has a few unskippable cutscenes that just make you watch. We can actually move in those cutscenes with yet another shortcut on our D-pad called the wrench combo.
Shortcuts are beautiful.
And yeah, and that moves us forward into a checkpoint, and then we change video settings to like force the game to restart a checkpoint, and then we can skip. I think that one was 10 to 15 seconds. I think it's 10 seconds. There's another cutscene warp.
I love the dancing robots so much. That was so cute. That was so precious.
Yeah, I should mention this is a civilization of. How did I not make it over that? I'm upset. Okay, this is a civilization of mostly robots, so it's kind of cool.
We're collecting now. We got an item. Yeah.
We're doing what we came for.
So
yes.
The gold bolts will unlock some things for us down the road, and that'll mostly be important all the way in the late game when we get the last 2, I believe. No, last 3. Yeah.
My aim was atrocious there, I'm not gonna lie, but that's fine.
The
idea is to hit them. The idea is to hit them before they arrive. Like, kind of hit them in the air, so like it either damages them, or if you hit them perfectly, it will just kill them before they land. Just so it makes the combat section a little bit faster, which is always nice. We like when things are fast in the speedrun.
All the combat sections are pretty much set, so we can memorize where all the enemies are and do it as quickly as possible.
Pretty much like that, what I just did there. So we just hit them in the chest, or I guess the leg there. Hit them in the chest or hit them in the head, and they kind of just instantly explode. And we kill our last guy, restart the checkpoint, and now we have a new form of movement. Yay!
Dash chaining. Woo! So the Phantom Dash lets us go a little bit faster than running speed, and we also get iframes while we're dashing. But if you do a normal dash, there's a small animation at the end where Ratchet sort of... Oh, that was close. Where Ratchet comes to a stop, and we don't like that, so we jump as soon as Ratchet lands, and it lets us do another dash instead.
I'm genuinely shocked by the way I still made that in time. If you're too slow on that, this elevator will stop and you have to wait for your friend to catch up, but if you go too quick, it just leaves without them.
Yeah, and he just jumps into the abyss, yeah.
We're glossing over a lot of things here.
Yeah, that's another tech. We actually did one of those. It's called a swing shot fling, and it's sort of, you could do a sort of infinite jumping with them, but if you do rhythmic timing with it, it's just pressing L1 and X almost at the same time. You can stack it a bunch of times and get more and more speed the further away you go. With that one specifically, you can actually go from that swing shot node all the way to the first bounce pad that he jumped up on.
Yep, it's all about timing, but I don't know how to time very well, so...
It's a great, super cool strat that we only get to see like 3 times in the run.
You can see me? Where are you?
Yeah, it's overshadowed by a lot of other cool strats, though, I will say that much. Just gonna jump up into a cutscene and restart the checkpoint here because it skips an unskippable cutscene, which, you know, we like to skip things that are unskippable. And I don't really like hearing my friend talk here, so I'm just gonna, like, mute him.
Yeah, we mute dialogue in this game. This is actually intentional, too. This, the dialogue is progressing, but I don't know how to explain it completely, but the trigger for the dialogue at the end of the section just sort of auto-plays out because the dialogue line is virtually skipped. So it'll save, I think, 4 seconds towards the end here because we won't have to listen to Ratchet say a couple dialogue lines.
Yeah, plus as much as I love Skid, he's annoying, so we shut him up for real quick. I'm joking. He's a lovely man, I'm sure, but he talks a lot, so...
No, it's not Skid, it's the Phantom. No.
Oh, yeah, true. I forgot Alternate Universes count as games.
Yeah.
People who don't know this game, who've never seen anything like this before, would be like so confused with the story, but it's pretty cool. There you go. And we do another infinite jump because we don't feel like actually. Oh my! I genuinely shocked that. I genuinely shocked that work. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
you know
we can Phantom Dash now as well with our IJs, and then yeah, I'll explain more.
Yep. So the benefit of running all collectibles, I suppose, is you kind of know where all of them are. So there's a gold bolt over here that we're gonna just go grab really quick. Very nice little enemy. I love the lighting on these. Can I just say, like the fact that like it actually casts a light and it goes in shadow is beautiful. This is a pocket dimension. We're going to see a lot of these. I will mention, but we're going to break them in very various ways. So the original intention, you're supposed to bounce on these balloons all the way over there, all across this like little obstacle course. But if we just bounce on the balloon over here a little bit and just kind of glide down, we could just grab the thing before even doing the obstacle course, which is very nice. Just restart the checkpoint to get us right back to the start, and then restart the checkpoint again.
This will be a recurring theme of going straight to where the collectible is and ignoring the entire pocket dimension.
We like being fast, I'm telling you. I don't actually think you need to IJ there, I just IJ for safety, because I always like mess up that room.
I always forget to get that checkpoint, because if you don't get that checkpoint, the game soft locks going to the spy box.
We love when games soft lock. I should mention this game is very strict with like its checkpoint rules. If you miss a certain checkpoint, the game is not going to let you progress. So
all of our pathing is very specific.
Mostly specific. I kind of make things up as I go along, and it kind of works sometimes, you know.
You actually have to do a phantom dash there out of that rift tether because there's still a death barrier that's loaded there until the train goes away from that fight section. So you're actually
I found that out the hard way on a run. It was not very nice.
Yeah.
We like it though. It's a very nice little side mission actually. This is one of the side missions. Was this the first Ratchet and Clank game to have side missions? I don't think it was technically, right?
No, Ratchet. I'm pretty sure there were side missions in the first game.
I have not played them in like years, so I wouldn't know. I missed. There you go. That was what I intended to pretend. That was first time, and then that looked cool. Right, Smile?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're getting a lot of these blue crystals, and these blue crystals it's called Raritanium, but they count towards weapon upgrades, and we're getting, in all collectibles, you actually get a fair amount because they're scattered along the level in the direction we're going, but in other categories like anti-percent or all gold bolts, it's a little more scarce, so we have an actual Raritanium collection route solely for correct weapon upgrades, and you'll have like exactly 0 by the time you go through those levels. But we're getting all this Raritanium and some bolts for weapon buys later. We're gonna buy, I think, 2 weapons, right? Or is it different in that? Oh no, you get the Rhino in AC.
Well, that's free though. I'm pretty sure it's free as long as you have all of the things. So we buy 3, I believe: the Topiary, the Warmonger, and the Cold Snap.
Oh, you get the Cold Snap from this?
The beta does. I just copied them. I'm not gonna lie. But
that's fair. It's a good weapon.
I think it's the DPS Nefarious at the end.
Yeah.
And
it also stops the minor stuff.
Alright, yay. There's a lot of warping like this in this game, I should say, by the way. This is dimension jumping, and fun fact, this game recently came out on PC, and people owe Insomniac an apology. There were a few nice, let's just say very nice fans who were like, why is this game not on PS4? This is the end of the mission, by the way, so I'm just going to skip this puzzle and then just explain this. So they say, why isn't this game on PS4? The hard drive can totally run that. Now that it's out on PC, some people actually got a PS4 hard drive, or a similar one in their PC, and they played this game. usually on PS5 you can see like we jump through them like kind of immediately, and there's like very little loading time. That's just the power of the PS5. It took them about 40 seconds to load into the next area with the PS4 hard drive, so it proved to people that this game could not have been a PS4 game as a result, which is really funny.
Yeah, hard disk drives do not handle the loading rate, and mind you, it's an entire level being loaded in seconds, especially on the PS5, almost instantly.
It is.
For example, we actually just went through. I know we're still breezing through this one, but we just went to Savali while we were still on. That'll be another visit later, and the 1 minute auto scroller section at the end of the first level went through. What was it, Torin? Nef City, I believe, or
Ardolis it went through,
and Ardolis as well. So entire levels loaded.
Which is nuts. Like this is a pocket dimension. It's like not as like bad. It's just like a little sub area. Ooh, this is a cool strat. Actually, I'll try my best to explain. So the floor is lava, but jumping in specific parts of this level doesn't actually update my current like standing points. So what we can do, if we jump all the way over to here and grab this, I'm spamming the jump button right now, if you couldn't tell at all. Spam the jump button and then slam die in the water. It will put us right back at the top of here, so we can just walk right out, and that's all that's to it. That's called the tiptoe strat. I think it's adopted from Sly Cooper.
Yeah, so the game saves your last known location as long as you're touching the ground for longer than, say, I think a half a second. So if you jump is a little bit before your toes touch the ground, it actually won't save your position. So we set our last position saved right next to the portal and played out through that entire level, got the collectible, and then sizzled on the acid, and it just warped us right back to the start.
Ooh, pardon me. Yeah, but it's just a nice little way to save a little bit of time in the pocket dimension. We completely forgot to mention, by the way, this is Rivets. This is a new character.
Oh,
She's,
yeah.
I was gonna say, we look a little different. I don't know if we're gonna address that at any point, but we look a little different. We got the
this is Rivet. She is totally not kidnapped Clank.
Dimensions, you know.
Yeah, this is technically the alternate version of Ratchet, but she is actually female, which is very cool. Very, very nice. I'm gonna go buy an upgrade real quick, so there we go. Very cool. She's in addition to this game specifically, actually, this is the first Ratchet and Clank game that you can actually be multiple characters. I believe, like, throughout, like, the majority of the game, because I know there's, like, parts in some of the older ones where you can be, like, you can change, like, you can be in Clank in some places.
Yeah, another long box.
Yeah. So this is a whole new, like, of a Lombax playable character, which is what Ratchet's species is. It's a Lombax, so...
And she plays almost completely identical to Ratchet. The only difference is her melee throw animation is a little bit better. It throws, I believe, a little farther, and it a little faster.
Yep, she's OP. Very cool, honestly. I was surprised they went this route. I was watching the announcement trailer like way back when it was announced in like 2019, I think it was. I could be wrong on that front, but I was watching that with some friends, and I was like, oh my god, it's a female. That sounds so sad, by the way, saying that out loud. But yeah, there's it was mostly because the whole story of Ratchet is he is supposed to be the last of his kind, and this is a whole brand new, like, ignore I missed the majority of those bombs, by the way. The whole point of the whole, like, story is he's supposed to be the last, like, of his kind, and there's no others, and then suddenly there's this female, like, version of him that's come out, which is very, very cool. It's very interesting that Insomniac chose to do this. I'm messing up very royally here, so we just fall in the acid and do it again. That's what we do. This is the swing shuffling, yeah.
This one can be a little tough.
There you go. That was the original intention.
Yeah, that went a little higher that time.
Yep, that worked out a lot better than last time. But yeah, there's Not really much I can say, it's just we're going fast and collecting things. That is the majority of the run. We'll try our best to explain the speedrun stuff, but they go by very quickly, which is why Nautical's here, so...
I mean, you're covering a ground, so...
Yeah. I'm struggling to keep up.
It's a very I didn't get that over checkpoint, that's weird. Wait, I wonder.
The actual checkpoint's like super doing it.
Yeah.
That one, you can get a lot of speed off that one, but it's pretty tough.
To be honest, I didn't think it would work. I just wanted to try it. Alright, this is a really cool strat that I hate everything about, but we don't really feel like doing the actual mission, so we're just gonna...
Oh yeah, we just skate up the side of the rocks here, and normally it's a, say, 1 minute auto-scroller where you gotta chase the secret peed and then jump up onto its back, but we just use some collision.
There's a ramps like really far into the chase that we use to jump onto its back and then disable it, but we just run up the wall with it's called a speetle. Actually, it's kind of like a beetle thing. It's very strange.
There's also an alternative to that where you can use the wrench combo to get off of it and then do like almost a frame perfect. Not a frame perfect because you can spam it, but you could get a dash to get away from the hitbox that forces you to jump on the speedle. There's another PMA. So doing that just locks the speedle in place so that he's right above us when the cutscene plays out, and we just throw a shatter blast straight up.
Yeah, it hits the back. The thing on his back actually has like very little health, so we just hit it, and then it kills it, and then we just go to the next phase of the boss fight, and now just DPS it down with the bomb glove and hope I have enough ammo. Wait, okay, it's one over here.
Sometimes the secret peek can break the ammo boxes for you, and you just get to spam, but
there you go.
It's just helping you kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the one problem with that though, very nice. The one problem with that though, if they break the ammo boxes and you haven't realized that they've broken the ammo box, the ammo will fly towards you. So like you could use like one of your ammo and then it will give you 4 ammo instead. I
was gonna explain all the unique combat elements on Xerxes. The waiting room.
The waiting room, yeah. I mean, that's coming up now, so we can just a little bit of head start on that sort of, yeah.
I was gonna do it after the old Xerxes warp.
What does it say?
We love it.
It's a quality one.
Phantom.
This is an unskippable cutscene, by the way. I should mention that.
Well, unskippable in quotation marks. There's a way to do it, but it's a bit tough.
Pardon me. We don't need to talk about that way, God. Honestly, looking at it gives me PTSD.
Yeah.
Like, it is so complex for no reason.
It's a little complex.
Just to save 40 seconds, like, ugh. What we speedrunners do for any little time. Can we get it? Am I good?
Another...
Oh my god.
Nice,
nice.
Perfect. So that's another cutscene warp. It's actually really, really tight. You have to hold the stick in a perfect spot and do some spam jumps to slow yourself down. If you miss, you go flying into the void, and you have to waste 20 seconds getting to the front door again.
Oh, cool. Great.
Yep. It's a nice little time save. You also saw I messed up the door thing. We just jump towards the door before it can close because we have to endure like a 25-second dialogue like thing before the door opens. We can just run through the door before it closes if we get out the animation with a little dash.
Restarting the checkpoint gives you one frame instance to dash forward and then do a couple of running jumps. There is a sort of b-hopping function in this game. While sprinting, doing effectively what was the tiptoe strat, you get, I think every 36 jumps saves 1 second or something like that. A very, very small amount of time, but it's very slightly faster with this one.
I should also mention, welcome to the obligatory Ratchet and Clank arena. There's one in every game without fail. Other than the first one, I think, actually, but there's a lot of the Insomniac like their battle arenas, and this one's no different, so... we're just chilling, you know, we're just vibing, battle arena stuff. This is just a long auto-scroller fighty section, so if anyone wants to, you know, talk about anything, now's a nice time, you know.
All right, I can definitely do that for you. So right now we are still we are still looking at the we still have the changed weapon bid war going on right now for this game, and right now Goon Sword is still on. We can also get the Goon Hammer, the Swordfish, the Key, and the Broom is at $5. So if you want any of those, then you can. The Goon Sword is at $44. The Broom is at $5, and the Goon Hammer, Swordfish, and Key are all at $0 right now. We also have the Hollow Knight bid war going on for Save Mila and Kill Mila, and Save Mila is at $59, and Kill Mila is at 0. So if you would like that to change up, then you can. We also have the Hollow Knight Kill or Save Nailsmith bid war, and that is at $59 for Save and $57 for Kill. So if you would like to see Nailsmith killed, then you can donate $3 to be in the lead for that.
Very nice. Yes, we can change the weapon skins to a fish if we so desire later on in the run once we've collected enough gold bolts. So if that is something we would like to see for the remainder of the run once we've unlocked the ability to do so, which should be in about 20-ish minutes, 25 minutes, something like that, then you're more than welcome to bid war for that. But yeah, this is the last wave of this combat arena. There's not really much to say. It's just we're killing constant swarms of enemies in quick succession, or as quick succession as possible. You know. Sometimes the spawns can vary. It's really weird how this works. Like sometimes they jump out instantly, or sometimes like that, for example, we just have to wait a second for them to.
Yeah, if you stand behind the portals while they're jumping out, the portal closes and opens for each enemy. It's like really slow.
Oh, that's awful.
Also,
it is quite funny to be fair though.
Yeah, all the location the enemies are jumping out of from the portals is actually loaded way below the level, and if you go out of bounds and just fall for like a minute and a half, you'll actually reach those items.
That's really cool. There's a French pirate. In case anyone wanted to.
French pirate robot?
Yeah.
How do you lose an eye as a robot and you can't just get it replaced? Like, at that point, is that like an aesthetic choice?
I'm assuming so, yeah. It's supposed to be an eye patch, I suppose, right? Like, you know, all pirates have eye patches.
It's like, I'd rather just see only one. Thanks.
I think that's like part of the point of its character, actually. It's like the whole character, or that version of the character, is kind of more designed as like a joke of a character, I believe. Like he thinks he's like this really cool pirate, but he's like really terrible. I think that was the thing that they were going with. I could be completely wrong in that, but that's
also Ultimate Dimension Rusty Pete. So
yeah, that's true. Alright, now for the more fun part of the All Collectables run, actually collecting collectibles.
She's a friend.
Oh, pardon me again. God, that's going right through me. It's very nice, though, would recommend.
It wasn't important.
We're doing
after the next one. We are indeed, yeah. We're after the next fight.
We actually are waiting to collect a lot of collectibles on these levels that we've been to already on the revisit later in the game, because we're going to get a new piece of movement tech here.
Yep, it's the best thing I would ever say, and I will give it slight warning. I don't know how bad of a warning it would be, but it's quite fast, and there will be quite a bit of motion blur, so that's something that's a problem for anyone, I suppose. That's just a little bit of a warning. It will be quite a lot in the upcoming levels, especially on this start one, and after this fight you will see exactly why. So, just a tiny little forewarning, just in case anyone needs a warning like that.
My interest is peaked right now.
Warning, the speedrun is fast.
We're zooming, warning.
I mean, quite literally. So we're going to restart this checkpoint, jump into this other checkpoint, skip the cutscene, and then we have the hoverboards, and they are beautiful. So this,
okay.
this is the what I was talking about.
Oh, cool. We're just flying now. We've just gained the ability to fly.
Yeah, pretty much. We smack the wall at full speed at an angle, so it kind of sends us flying at ridiculous speeds. That is going to be used a lot in this game, and it is one of my favorite pieces of speedrun tech ever. I have to say, it's so fun.
You can also see Recon doing a little sort of melee attack that's done by holding forward, pressing square, and then flicking the stick backwards and forward again, and it gives us like a little speed boost because spamming square.
Yes, I
got it. Nice. Spamming square by default while you hold L2 makes you go a little bit faster, but doing this sort of wrench animation cancel will stack up speed. And we can also preserve the speed by pressing X or jumping as soon as it does the
Yep. I was excited there, by the way, because usually you have to do a little fight to unlock that, but if you get there fast enough, if you get to that like little area fast enough, it'll just activate anyway. So we just activated it and saved about a 30-second fight, and more importantly, all of my ammo. So I can use all the ammo for this fight for the main objective of the level, actually. So these monks, they're like, I don't know what they are, to be honest. They're monks. They're very cool people. They've been kidnapped by all these robots, so we're kind of just saving them to help them out, you know? And the whole point is because they will give us access to the archives. And the archives will help us find the blueprint to designing. Remember that amazing super weapon we were talking about at the start that can give the ability to jump dimensions? Yeah, we want to design another one of those because our one was kind of stolen. So we're trying to fight fire with fire, I believe, is the story. I have not played this game casually for about 2 years, so I can't tell you if that is the correct story or not, but that is most of what I remember from playing it casually.
I was going to ask if you had played it casually or whether you just went straight to speedrunning it.
Yeah, I played it casually for about 6 odd months when it first came out, and then I joined the speedrunning community. Everyone's so nice and they're very helpful, and just so happens I enjoyed it so much I burned myself out of it very quickly. So I haven't touched the game in about 5 months, I'd say, something like that. So nice change of pace to get back to the old collectible speedrun showcase on Completithon. So very nice.
Shout out to the Ratchet Discord too. We have a lot of friendly faces, lots of guides and resources. Anybody will help out. So good place to pick the game.
It's now available on PC as well, actually, should mention. So if it's very nice to very quick and easy just purchase on Steam, pick it up and go for it at this point as well. So it's very, very cool time to get into speedrunning it, especially since actually the PC version only came out like 2 weeks ago. It's kind of insane to think about.
Yeah, and to balance the PC runs with the long load times, we've some folks in our community, Sin and Jasper, have done a lot of work on a load remover. So it's a plugin for auto split. You can actually just select it right out of the gate if you have the part selected as the game, and it'll remove any of the load times, and that includes a lot of things. But it'll be the same for everybody across the board.
Oh, that's
Very
really
nice.
nice.
Yeah, I would be playing this. Yeah. I would be playing this on PC, but I don't think. Well, I think my PC would actually physically combust if I tried. So best not. Might be an idea just to play it on the PS5 for the time being. But yeah, fun fact actually, it's my birthday coming up. Smile. It's next week. But I did get a early birthday present, and it was a Steam Deck, a Valve Steam Deck, and I've tried to run this game on the Steam Deck. Almost immediately broke it. The game, not the Steam Deck, as you mentioned. Almost immediately broke the game, but it actually runs pretty decently. I can't lie. It's like it runs at 40 FPS on a console. It's not even that big. you know, and so it's got some decent processing power, but like the fact it can run this game better than my PC does, I don't know whether that's a good thing or not. Considering my PC is over $1,000 and that Steam Deck was only like 500. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, the PC does have some optimizations to do.
Yeah, it's fun though. I've heard it's very good on PC. Like, it's a really good port. They didn't do the, no offense to Rockstar, but they didn't do the Rockstar thing where it's just still copy-paste and hope it works. But they actually kind of built it from the ground up again, and it kind of works very well. I missed one over here, didn't I? Oh my god.
He's just hiding.
Yeah. I was waiting to be able to activate there. You have to kill all enemies in the area to activate this console. That one guy stopped me from doing that, so that's not very nice, especially when it's like one of the really small ones, and they're just like making a mockery of my speedrun.
The first ones in the courtyard get me every time because I go, oh, the console's not green yet, and I turn around and there's just a guy way in the distance, and I go, oh, okay.
Just hanging out. Okay, so I want to ask, so KT-7462, is that normally like Rivet's buddy, or is this just somebody that you're like helping escort right now? Like,
okay, that is a very difficult question to answer only because it's towards the end of the game, a little bit of a spoiler, but it is stated that Rivet and Ratchet are like supposed to be like alternate counterparts of each other, right? So the implication there is that Ratchet found Kit on this planet, and Kit is helping us get to the archives, which are over there somewhere, actually. Rivet's helping us gain access to the archives, so we have to help free their friends. That's what we're doing at the moment. But the implication is that if Ratchet is the alternate universe version of Rivet, or vice versa, then KT is a alternate version of Rivet. Oh, Clank, sorry. So
short answer is yes, no, then yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's
okay.
not easy to explain, but it's we're just helping them out. There's a joke that they even say like it's very sad, Kit's character actually, because Kit just doesn't believe that she can have any friends, which is very sad. She doesn't believe she can have any friends, and then Ratchet tries to comfort her later on. Very awful. I don't know where I was going with that, actually. I lost my train of thought completely there, but yeah, we're also collecting these things called lorbs, I should mention. Those little statues that I've been visiting and collecting things from. They are actually things that you can listen to later on in the game. Well, now, if I really wanted to, but I'm in the middle of a speedrun, so probably not, you know. It actually gives some, some like little lore about the universe, but it also gives some Easter eggs to other games, I should mention, because in some of them, some of the what's it? I can't think. Some of the audio recordings are like, oh, we went to this different dimension. It's a really cool different dimension. There's this guy who like where he is, and they all the LP is and stuff like that, and it's that is a reference to the Jack and Daxter universe. Like as a little Easter egg to other Sony game properties, which is like really, really cool.
I believe they're all references to PlayStation games as well. So I think Little Big Planet was one of the references. The reference is Sackboy. Sly, I believe, is another one.
Yeah.
Sunset Overdrive, I think, was one too. I could be wrong.
There are a lot of Easter eggs and references in this game. I think we left Jay. Did we lose Jeypeg? No.
Looks like we did.
Very unfortunate, I'm sure. Everything is alright over there. But we will continue, just for the time being. And hope she can find her way back. But yeah, so we're just doing a little pocket dimension, grabbing some armor pods as is required by 100% completion, but like as is required by all collectables completion things. I'm just staying here just for like some extra bolts for a little bit later on.
This pocket dimension has a bunch of explosive crates that give more bolts than regular crates. Bolts being the currency. So we blow up all the explosive crates to get a bunch of.
Lomaxes.
We like the monies.
Doctor?
We do indeed.
An alternate dimension nefarious.
Yeah, okay, so
This is worse than I thought.
not much left to collect on this planet. There is a really cool track coming up that I'm gonna try and do, which actually Mr. Nautical Turtle has found a backup for as of recent, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, for MA? Yeah.
For MA Part 1.
It's not an easy backup, but it's one of the only ones we have.
Yeah, it was inspired by... I did not mean to do that. Oops. It was inspired by me, actually. Smile. I say that because I tried to do the exact same thing, completely failed, and then Nautical comes in and goes,
Well,
hold my
that
beer.
gives speed. I'll work with that.
Hold my beer real quick, and then completely finds it in a place that I wasn't actually looking to find it, so it's really nice. But yeah. You'll see, I'm gonna try it anyway because it's very nice. I'm not like that practiced in it, but we'll try. You know, we will try. Do we have Jeypeg back? Hello?
I was gonna say hi, I'm back. You moved so fast my Discord gave up.
Oh,
But I'm good, I'm back, hello!
Welcome back.
Yeah, we're
Just
trying to do
too
a
hard.
yeah, we're trying to do a backup here, but like this pillar is in my way, so
The camera angle for this is also a little bit tough to work with.
you don't say.
Oh, you almost
Alright.
had it.
Now we'll just do a normal. I'll do part 2. There's like technically 2 parts of this, but the way it's supposed to work, I will try and explain this in as not confusing ways as possible. We go that fast and jump across the mountain, hitting 4 different checkpoints to skip this whole section I'm doing now. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
We have to hit every single checkpoint, otherwise we don't do it. And we do it from that. You remember that fight we were doing before? We do it from that temple over there.
Yeah, so this strat's called Mountain Ascension, and as Recon said before, the game has some really strict checkpoints. So what we're aiming for is hitting like 3 or 4 checkpoints, I believe, for this entire mountain section. But we wrench boost from the second temple where we were protecting Kit all the way to the bottom where he was attempting to do that other backup strat, and we can effectively bounce up and skip half of the mountain or 2 of the gates, and then we hit from that wrench boost straight into another wrench boost and hit 1 more checkpoint, and then hit the bounce that Recon just hit to get up to the last gate to get to this area here, all in one shot.
It's not easy.
No,
So-
it is. It's probably the hardest trick.
It's very satisfying to pull off, though, like, and not like overstate how fun and satisfying it is to actually pull it off. But yeah, we're pretty much done majority of the planet here. We've collected everything that we need to do for this section. We've collected all orbs. We were saying, I don't know if you were here for Jeypeg, but we were saying before how all of the things that we were collecting are actually like audio recordings and Easter eggs to other PlayStation games. So if you listen to the audio on the other on those, once you've collected them all, you can make out other different games.
Oh, that's really cute.
Yep. So you've got like Little Big Planet is in there, Jack and Daxter's in there, Sly Cooper's in there. Like they all make like the little hints to like, oh, I've just gone to this other dimension and there's this like really weird sack creature, like things like that, you know.
Oh, that's really wholesome. I love that stuff.
Yeah, it's so cute. It's so cool. Yeah, so we've just the whole point of collecting all of those was to collect these armor pieces, which is very nice.
And then in the late game, we weaponize those references by buying a weapon that drops them out of the sky.
Perfect. That's ideal.
Yep. It's just, yo, Jack, can you deal with this real quick? Just,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a very cool weapon. So usually, by the way, The story is we're supposed to go through this. I don't want to actually go through the story is we go through that like little portal and go through this like really cool dimension jumping like course, and it'll take us all the way up to the archives, which is this building up here. But we're gonna skip the entirety of that and just jump all the way up at ridiculous speeds. So hi, we're at the final area of this planet now.
Yeah, hitting sloped terrain with the speed that we get from these wrench boosts, as they're called, gives us almost all vertical height. A lot of the steeper slopes can bounce you straight up, and we can also transfer all that vertical height into horizontal just by double jumping. So we actually have a lot of control in the air with all these wrench boosts and height and speed that we get.
Always one guy, I swear.
It's always the small ones too.
There is actually a strategy. There's like a little boss fight up here. There is a strategy to this now. I want to see if I actually remember how to do it. So the idea is we're just gonna like kind of damage this guy a lot, but his friend is gonna kind of get mad at me. So his friend like kind of jumps at me, or is at least close enough to the edge. Because the idea, I didn't do it properly there, but this guy here is, if he's close enough to the edge, we can actually knock him off the building and it will insta-kill him. Because for some reason, this one guy is like the tankiest boss in the game. I swear it doesn't take damage. I'm out of ammo as well, so it just speeds up this whole fight. And you see all the like the little enemies flying around me now as well. All of his friends are coming up to help him, and we can't progress until every enemy is dead, so killing him earlier by that method.
The method for getting him knocked off is a little bit inconsistent, so we usually go for more consistent strats. You can hit the first guy down to like 50%, and then the other guy will just jump straight at you, and they'll both be standing next to each other, so you can maximize your ammo usage by throwing all your ammo and hitting both at the same time.
Yeah, it's not very easy. It's something I don't actually do.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a RNG, a little bit of manipulation.
But yeah, that's the first visit to Savali. Now we have access to the hover boots. Rivet, for some reason, has the... I never understood that, by the way. Like, we went to that planet as Ratchet, but then Rivet gets the exact same thing. Very cute. Oh, bleed zone crystals. Yeah, we're just jumping between dimensions, like, every so often.
Yeah, so
right there.
I believe the level is loaded either above or below one another. So when you hit the crystals, the game basically teleports you to the other level. And so hitting that crystal with the wrench combo lets us move during another unskippable cutscene. And I think there's one more instance of it coming up as well. But yeah.
I did just realize those are quite bright. So
yeah.
avert your eyes if that is a problem. I completely forgot about those. That is completely my fault.
Nice space on it too.
Yeah, it's like one of the only planets that we're going to use them like a lot, I suppose, but...
Cordelian's got a couple as well.
Yeah. So just slight flashing lights warning for this planet, I will say. I did not realize they were that bright until I've just looked at them now. I'm like, ow, my eyes. It might be because it's quite dark in this room, but like, ow, my eyes, you know? So, apologies for that. That is my fault, but you know what? It's fine. We're still speedrunning. Very nice. Yeah, those crystals. They're a new addition to the Rack series, actually. I don't think there's been similar in the past, but like nothing to like this level because the PS5 actually has like such good thing. I got stuck there, by the way. I can't even do this thing.
Hitting the crystal with the wrench combo there while this unskippable is playing actually lets you move during this cutscene, and you can do a pretty much almost completely blind wrench boost to get over to the next area. That saves a few seconds.
It is also very useful because I can do that was a long load.
Oh yeah, you can get this as well.
Just grab our collectible. Yay!
but we need that drill.
Yeah, those crystals are not eye friendly. Wow.
I didn't realize. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, they're
I
just
genuinely didn't think.
trying to cover transporting you between levels, and they're like, "Oh, we'll just make the screen flash."
It's fine. They'll be fine. They'll squint and then they won't notice that we've changed it. It's fine.
Wait! I'll find the bots and bring them back here safely.
I love strats like that. Oh, I don't love strats like that. Oh, I should mention as well, we're playing on the easiest difficulty, so no enemies can actually damage us, but fire does. So that's something to watch out for.
Another thing we're doing for combat too that you'll see a lot is we're restarting checkpoint before we start big fights, and that'll refill all of our ammo.
Yep.
Oh, that's really helpful.
Very nice. Especially since ammo can kind of be RNG depending on how many how many weapons you currently have possession of. It was a big problem when I had the pre-order bonus for this game actually. Because for some reason ammo drops were not prioritizing the ammo that is that I'm low on. It was it was just giving me random ammo from other things, and the pre-order bonus didn't help as a result because the pre-order bonus gave us an extra weapon. So it was
that we weren't allowed to use either.
Yeah, that we're not allowed to use. So the pre-order bonus weapon, it was dropping only that ammo. So say I'm like completely out of bomb ammo, I was going to hit an ammo crate, it would drop the pixelizer ammo, which is the bonus pre-order weapon, and not bomb ammo, which I needed, so that wasn't ideal. I don't feel like really fighting this boss right now, so I'm just gonna despawn him and leave. So
We just looked at some cool rocks for a while and now he's gone.
Yeah. The thing about PMA is it takes the camera like way above the level for whatever reason, bugs it out. But we basically just did the same thing we did in the beginning, where it forces the animation of the enemy boss, the Juggernaut, to play jumping through the portal. But he jumps through the portal and sort of just keeps sliding forwards until he clips into the pillar that you're standing on, until he jumps towards you, and then instantly dies.
yeah.
That means
Oh.
you can deal with it.
And this will happen a few times over the next few minutes.
It is quite humorous.
I love programming game logic like that. That's
This game is so weirdly coded, I swear.
Hey, but that means you can break it. Like that means
Very
like
true.
all the better for breaking.
Oh, I forgot to mention, there's also these like puzzle sections with Clank, Kit, and Glitch that we just kind of breezed over, but we can skip puzzles because puzzles are slow, so.
Yeah. They're very interesting to be fair, but
They are fun, but we have to skip
we
them.
don't need them, you know. It's,
Can I come in with a comment really quick?
you can.
All right, we have a $45 donation from Jeypeg
We do.
saying, "Key snipe." This is just Kingdom Hearts now.
Very
You said
nice.
you wanted more. You said you wanted more keys for Kingdom Hearts. So I felt like we should just turn the last game in this into a real Kingdom Hearts block.
And that actually puts it $1 over the Doom Sword.
Keyblade it is. Very
One
nice.
spicy $1.
That's good. We could probably close donations there because we'll be collecting that, I believe, on the next, 2 planets, right? Cordell. Yeah,
Cordell, so
Torn,
we-
Cordell.
Yep. So within the next, I want to say 10 minutes. I could be completely wrong. I don't know. I don't think I'm that good at the game.
All right, so you heard them. If you want to snipe that $1 off and not make a key, then you have about 10
Fight
minutes.
me.
Yes.
But it will come soon. Now it will take
Very nice. Okay, so this is a side mission that we're just gonna go do really quick because the side missions actually give us some important collectibles that we actually need to collect. So we have to do them. Refreshing beverage. Right. Very nice. Very
Are
cute.
those cute little lava monsters just exploding? They just popped.
Oh yeah, there's a booby trap that we stand on that starts a fire underneath that. So.
Okay.
Ignore the fact that we have kind of just lit them on fire. We just stand on the button and boop.
Oh my god. Okay. Just the ones that are going into the force field on their own.
No, this poor man. No, the poor guy.
Oh.
There is actually a strat to grab a gold bolt during this side mission. I am not going to do that because if I mess it up, I will lose my progress on this side mission and in turn lose 2 minutes. So
that is a very tough one.
Better to come back later.
It doesn't actually save that much. It just lets us grab the bolt during the mission instead of like grabbing it afterwards. So it's for example, like while we're waiting for these enemies to spawn, while this side character Chef Coolio is talking, we take that rift up there, and we do some fancy parkour to get past some death barriers, and then we jump into down there. Actually, we go down there from the outside of this area and go into a pocket dimension kind of thing. Like one of those other dimensions, and it'll let us collect the gold bolt. And if we then just jump down, it will teleport us back up here, so we can continue the side mission, and we don't have to worry about the gold bolt at that point. But
there's a lot of death barriers and some technical things and triggers that you can't hit, otherwise you'll sort of soft lock, or you won't be able to, where you'll have to restart it. So it's a bit unforgiving.
And the easier way to do it, because of the longest dialogue section, is the one that we've just passed, like the second part there. So we're on phase 3 of this like side mission, I would say. So pretty much, if we failed it, we would have had to do phase 1 again, and that takes quite a second. So phase 1 and phase 2 again, I should say. So it's not ideal to mess it up, and I'm not really too practiced with it, but it is very interesting tech. But unfortunately, it will lose far too much time to even attempt at this point, you know?
Yeah, that's risky. Like,
it's very, very risky.
A 2-minute risk is...
I've done it actually once, like, very sad, on really good PB pace, and I messed it up, and then I lost the run. It's very... I was like a whole 4 minutes ahead of PB. This is like when I was first, like, learning it, and I lost like 2 or 3 minutes trying to go through that strat, and then I ended up like 50 seconds ahead after the end of this level. It was very, very unfortunate.
Oh yeah, this section is cooking on them.
Oh yeah, but this the whole idea is the chef is trying to prepare a meal, and these guys are like kind of attacking it, I guess. So they're trying to just defend the meal as it's being prepared, and as we're killing things, they are. The chef is getting inspiration for what she's gonna cook next.
Honeylicious, as the goons say.
What?
This game is great. Very cool though.
I just like in chat I just like for real. Mama cooked.
Mama
cooked.
She cooking. Who let her cook?
Let her cook. Imagine if they called, like, the side mission that, it was just called Let Her Cook.
That would be, Like, well, I don't actually know what the side mission is called, actually. I don't think it's, like, actually named. I think it's just go help the chef. Like,
figure it out.
Like,
go help the chef.
Like, okay, thanks, game. But yeah, doing that, doing the gold bolt thing we mentioned before pretty much would have taken us down here through that entrance that we've just taken, but there are so many death barriers going the way that I went. We kind of have to go across the mountain range-ish, out of bounds, and it's not, pardon me, it's not very pretty.
You can also
like,
grab that way with the strat he's about to do now, but that one's also really hard to do.
It is never a competition.
Besides, the strat that I'm about to do now is even more fun when we do it, like, more fun. Yes. This is one of the hardest strats in the run, in my opinion. But it is very satisfying.
There are several versions of this as well.
Well, we're doing this version, I guess. So once I've done this, actually, unless you want to try and explain it while I'm in the middle of this.
We will soon.
Yeah, so we're gonna wrench boost pretty much all the way around. Hit that.
We hit the death barrier.
The death barriers are very unforgiving.
We don't do that. We hit the thing and we do it again. Yay! Okay, so I jumped a little too early there. So what we do a double jump, fling ourselves off this surface and go around the death barrier. And now we've activated the cutscene. The idea there, that rail that we connected to before and we had to restart, that wasn't supposed to happen, but there's a checkpoint right on top of that rail. So the idea is we use the speed that we got from that other wrench boost to go flying through that checkpoint and then change direction to go flying down to the like little slope thing, and then use that slope to gain momentum and speed to land up here, all in one big swing. That was the idea. But we did the backup anyway, unfortunately, because I hit the rail. It's very easy to do that, by the way. Those rails are very magnetic.
We just turned it on.
Yeah, there's we actually, I believe we skip almost all the rails in this game that we can. In a different category called gadget storage, we get the hover boots and the phantom dash at the start of the run in New Game Plus, the challenge mode, and we are able to skip just about everything.
Well, rails are basically just auto scrollers, which is like, well, I can't do this any faster.
Yep. You notice as well, I'm gonna force the game to restart there, just let's give it a little cutscene. But we notice as well, I'm hitting ships before they kind of come in. The reason we do that is because it is optimal. And also it kills all the enemies in the ship before it has a chance to drop them off, so it just makes the combat a little bit faster.
Yeah, all the goons hitboxes that come out of the dropship are actually loaded inside the dropship. And in this boss coming up, you can actually use, in New Game Plus, in challenge mode, you can use the topiary and another splash damage debuff weapon to insta-kill the entire dropship. You can see it's obviously a pretty tanky health bar, but it stacks.
Not for very long.
Yeah, it stacks the damage. And then for some reason, after some dialogue plays, this dropship takes it up. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But
it loses all its tankiness. Like, for some reason, I throw that down, now we're just like one-shotting it.
yeah.
After like a certain line of dialogue, it's so silly. But it's very funny. It is very cool. We like waiting so we can hurt the boss slightly more. But that was Blizzard. That was a fun level. I would like to say so. Yep, I was just double checking I actually did get everything there. I was like worried I missed something.
It's like a little far to go back now.
Yep, there we go. So this is a fun planet. Well, I say it's fun, it really isn't. Either on purposes, but it is quite fun.
Torn's about 80% rails, and we're gonna skip pretty much all of them. So.
Yep, we hit the checkpoint down here.
We skipped it.
We also hit the checkpoint right there. I'm just gonna grab that gold bolt from that rail and land down here.
Nice.
Gonna do another wrench boost to fly over to this area.
There's some more rails. We're skipping them. Oh. Yeah, that's normal. Nope, that happens.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll do the backup, I guess. Like, okay, I don't know why that happens, but that happens.
I think it's camera related, because you're supposed to do that wrench boost facing forward and wrench boosting sideways.
Yeah, it's like so strange. I'm restarting checkpoint to jump off of the rail, and I fell to my death.
Fun way to
It's okay,
start.
guys, don't worry. Yep, we love this level.
Yeah. If it wasn't obvious, you're not supposed to be on any of this collision over here, so it's a little bit wacky.
Yeah, so that wrench boost that we messed up before was supposed to take me to that slingshot. So we just do a little bit of a backup. It's not, that doesn't lose too much time, but it's unfortunate, really. But it's very nice though. Like, we get to show off something that we're going to do a little later on as well. There you go. Those rails, we like rails in this on this planet. It's very cool. Now, okay, there is something I am debating, and I'm gonna ask everyone's opinion in the chat here of this. Do we go for the strat? Because there's a certain strat that's very similar to one of the other strats, but we kind of leave midway through a thing and then collect something and then come back. But if I mess it up, I'll have to do a whole fight again, and that's not ideal. And it's very easy to mess it up, so I don't know. Do I do that strat just to show it off, or try and do that strat to show it off?
Rubito says always go for the strat.
But more marathon.
True, very true. So,
That's what we're
that
here
is,
for.
we can try it. Should we try it? And if it messes up, it messes up. We'll try it.
Are you
Okay.
doing gold bolts or spy ball?
Spy ball.
Recon is actually going to be threading the needle for this strat, because there are so many death barriers in this area. You're obviously not intended to be anywhere but on the ship right now.
Yeah, but we don't feel like it, so is that all of them? I need to wait for like dialogue to wait up. Nope, he's still alive. There you go. That should be all done. Are you tired of it? Yes, there you go. And we do a wrench boost. Come on. Oh, I messed up.
Oh.
Can I save this? I don't think so.
Gold bolt, maybe? Oh, bummer.
Yeah, that's fine. The idea there, we go over a few death barriers, and I'll show you. Like, we're despawning this boss again, by the way. He's just falling through the floor and dying.
Yeah, he comes to the floor and falls into a death barrier.
Bye, buddy.
Yeah, so from the ship, we would navigate over to this section and grab this before that boss spawns. And then during this cutscene, like of me getting the spy bot, the boss will spawn and it'll force us to go back to the ship. So we despawn the boss from there, and then we've collected the spy bot at that point. And then once the boss is despawned, we spawn back on the ship. So we collect both of them at the same time. Pretty much, and we despawn the boss and collect the collectible at the same time, so it just saves a bit of time. But if we had messed that up and I actually died in that section, I would have had to do that fight on that ship again, which is a good like 30-ish seconds. That is very unfortunate.
Ew.
Yep. There's a lot of stuff like that in this game, I swear.
Not my experience with big robots. We'll see.
I should also mention, we're activating slow motion. I think it's 30% game speed with another one of our D-pad shortcuts, and that for some reason just gives us a ton more wrench boost speed.
We're despawning another boss here as well, by the way.
Oh yeah.
There's so many boss despawns in this level.
No bosses, no rails.
Yeah, usually there's supposed to be a boss there. He's just gone, you know, like we do the photo mode abuse thing and he just dips. He doesn't want anything to do with it.
He's on break.
This is a fun trap. Okay. Come on. See if I actually got this. There's a lot of death barriers here as well, but I have to kind of be careful. And we got it. Now for the most fun part, the fixer chase. So remember how we were saying there's a lot of rails in this? We're going to try and skip every single one.
Casually, this is like a really cool 3 to 4 minute rail section that you're stuck on. By restarting the checkpoint and spamming jump, we could just pretty much jump off the rails for free. So avoid the rails as much as you can.
Even like for the speedruns, this is still very cool. Like, you know, with like flying through his arms as he's trying to close on doors, you know. This section casually is like such a spectacle. It's very pretty.
Listen to him, Bolts. If you're broken,
So we restart the checkpoint here. This is very broken. So we just jump down to this like little hole down here.
because I'm not
And we're gonna grab on top of this rail, and that part of the rail there is supposed to break. But because we hit it from this side, it doesn't. So we can just stand on top of it and get up to this area and then activate another... I said activate another checkpoint. Damn it. Okay.
You have to swing your wrench while you're going into that rail, and you'll just clip right through it without attaching to get that checkpoint.
Okay, I messed that up a little bit. Did I get a checkpoint? Yeah, okay. So the idea there, we jump off of that rail and then grab onto this from the very top, and we do like a lot of like mid-air shenanigans to kind of dodge every single of the 18,000 death barriers around that one little thing.
There's just a big box of death barriers around it. You can only enter from one spot.
But we didn't.
Safe.
Yeah, we didn't do that, unfortunately. There's something I want to try here, actually. I've never actually done this in a run. And I believe it is, if I do that. I need slow-mo, actually.
Yeah. Wrench boost facing forwards and wrench boost sideways.
Are we gonna talk about you rescuing me back there?
I did.
You did. Looks like you're a natural even in my
I tried.
dimension.
Okay,
that one's tough.
The idea is we get such speed, we kind of glide on top of him, and we get the height to just land on by the ship, just to get to the next level. I should mention, actually, once we've collected all of the bolts on, all the gold bolts on this planet, that is when we are able to swap the wrench skin. So...
Yeah!
And that's gonna come fast, too. Oh yeah, there's another cutscene warp. Woo! We're already over here.
I love
It is
those.
very funny. Owie. Okay, that was rude. They're very fun. There's a lot of interesting shenanigans at the start of this level as well, so we're just gonna fly again. Just gonna fly over to this this Completithon crystal and smack it, and hit the gold bolt. Okay, so this is why this planet gives me PTSD. You'll see very, very quickly why this planet gives me PTSD, and I do not like it. Like, I love the strat, but I don't like it, you know? So the idea, we have to get caught in this very tiny area, make sure he goes into his falling animation. And it is very RNG whether I get this or not.
Turn your camera a little more to the left.
To the left?
Yeah.
We're close, we're very close. We've left it quite late now, because we're just gonna have to restart the checkpoint. We'll try again. I'll try it again. I will do this, because this is very cool. Right, so... This isn't even the cool part. Like, come on, Ratchet, you know you want to. There you go. Okay, so we stock in this animation, we activate the slow motion, and it flings us outside of the invisible barrier.
Oh!
And then... we can jump over to here and do the exact same thing. There you go.
This is avoiding several death barriers as well.
And we just fall all the way out of bounds. And we land on the gold bolt down here. Very nice. There's one more gold bolt.
Yeah, we have to wait for an elevator for a long period of time, but being able to do this while that elevator is moving, it'll give us a checkpoint as soon as it lands, which I think is there. So all we have to do is just get the collectibles and then restart trying.
Alright, so this is the hard part.
Nice.
Oh, that was close. I'm gonna infinite jump just to retain my height. Nice. So we have collected every gold bolt we need to change the wrench skin. Is it still the key? Because we can change them both to the key now. If that is the thing.
Let me look one last time, but I believe that the key... Yep, the key is still the winner. So this is officially the second Kingdom Hearts game.
Yeah.
That wasn't supposed to happen. But yes, so if we go down to the very bottom here, hammer pack we can change to key, wrench pack we can change to the key, and now we have a keyblade. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, that is a straight up keyblade. Like, that's not like, oh, haha, it's kind of a key. No, that's a keyblade.
Yep.
Yeah, this is Kingdom Hearts now.
Welcome to Ratchet and Clank Kingdom Hearts.
You gotta give it some, like, unhinged name, like Kingdom Hearts, like Ratchet of Dreams, 358.9.
You forgot the .8.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Or do 2 points in there. Don't do, like, yeah, it's like 358.8, 0.9, definitive remix.
Sequel to the prequel.
Drop distance.
Drop distance!
Oh, okay.
What game are we playing anymore? Who knows?
I don't know. It's very cute though, isn't it?
Goofy's Revenge.
Goofy's Revenge!
I don't know anymore.
Goofy, what did he do?
Alright, we're gonna dialogue mute here as well, just because it progresses the dialogue a little bit further. He goes, oh wait, the power is out. You saw like the dialogue kind of overlapped itself there. That's kind of what happens with dialogue mutes, because this is Junkbot, he's very cool. He goes on a lot, though, like in these sections, like he goes on this like whole like 20-second rant before he goes, oh wait, the power is just out, you know? So by doing the dialogue mute, we skip all of that dialogue and just help just get like straight to it, so we can go down the elevator a little bit quicker. It's very nice.
Completely ignored the intended horror section right there, but that's Juice. Juice is the friend.
It was just sparing your parts, you know. Didn't want you all having a heart attack.
Kingdom Hearts. Still happening.
Like the Forge's control.
Yeah, Spybot.
We manually skip the cutscene there when jumping through that door because it preserves our location. If we don't, it will teleport us back a little bit and we won't have any charge for
Yep, so we do that just to T-pose over the thing.
Yeah,
but
you also
enough.
get a guaranteed T-pose for whatever reason.
I love T-poses.
I do have to say, I just recently, within the past week, got a PlayStation 5 and downloaded this game, and the casual playthrough of this game will not be like nothing like this.
Oh, definitely not. It's nuts. It's insane how different they are, but also like kind of how similar they are as well. I also love it changes back to the wrench whenever turning these things, by the way. It's just can't have a key turning the wrench crank, like.
But keys turn things. Come on.
They do, yeah. Insomniac, get on that for the sequel. Oh my.
Yeah, figure it out. Y'all had time? When did this come out after the, like, isn't there like a big gap between the last Ratchet and Clank game before this one?
2016? Yeah, that was the remake.
5 years?
No, 2013 was Nexus. That was like the big main one. Then 2016 was the remake of the original, like to fit with the movie. And then it was Spider-Man, which great game, would recommend 10 out of 10. Then it was this one.
Spider-Man was a Ratchet and Clank series?
Yeah.
Yeah, believe it or not, yeah.
It is now.
Just
Are we putting that in the title of our Kingdom Hearts game?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
God damn.
Yeah, at the end of it, just stick in like No Way Home or something like that. Like.
The dimensions are really messed up now.
Yeah.
God damn. Oh, the whole thing about this we should try and craft the longest Kingdom Hearts Ratchet and Clank related title possible.
Yes.
By the end of the run, we should have a really long Kingdom Hearts style title for this game.
Chat, I want to hear your suggestions, please.
Better yet, donate, and tell us what your title would be.
Yes.
Very nice. Okay, so this is Juice. Very nice. Hello, Juice.
Everybody say hi, Juice.
Hi, Juice.
Hi, Juice.
And we're off.
Juice is going to get some jelly.
Yeah, breaking these canisters distracts Juice. They like he is it he or she? I don't know. I think it's a she.
I think it's a she.
Yeah, she likes jelly. So
She looks like a pangolin or like an echidna or something. Like, has like a scaly back.
oops. I did not mean for that weapon, but you know what? This works in my favor. Yeah, look at that. Very cute. It wouldn't hurt a fly. Look at her.
No, perfect angel.
Juice is very kind. We're gonna restart the checkpoint here just to skip a little thing. Juice is gonna say hello, Juice, and then we're gonna this other area. Hi, Juice. Please go away.
More juice, more juice.
Juice likes to give high fives.
Guess they didn't get around to upgrading
Really
this
aggressive ones.
Yeah, it's very cute.
We
Give her a
should
high
have
five.
I love you,
Thanks,
Juice.
Juice.
I love you, Juice.
Almost there.
Right, this is a funny strategy, actually. A funny strat. So we're just going to stand on top of this. And the game's going to warp us to the center.
Oh,
Chop that slide real smooth.
And then we're going to do the photo mode, and now we can breathe underwater. Wow.
Well, we have an
We have
oxygen
a-
mask. You get the point.
take
Yeah,
that,
we,
Subnautica.
Let me get... I'm trying to get stuck on the wall here. There you go.
We can use our hover boots underwater now because of that. Basically tricking the game into thinking we're standing sort of above the actual magma walk thing, so we can move around freely.
Wait, you say breathing underwater. Is this Rapture now? Bioshock?
God.
Yeah, the dimension's really messing things up.
Add infinite onto the end of the Kingdom Hearts title. Thank you.
Door skip, Pog? No, it's closing.
Oh, yeah, too fast. Are you gonna go for the out of bounds?
I actually didn't know it. So I would have, but I would have.
Yeah, that one's really tough.
That would like clarify that it's actually a high 6 because Juice only has 1 finger and Ratchet has 5.
Okay, fair enough.
Is a high five only one person then?
Yeah, I guess.
The power source.
Yeah, so essentially what we were trying to, oh yeah, poor Juice, by the way, is being used for power. We should say, we tried to do the door skip. Essentially what it does, if we were like fast enough with that, by killing those 2 enemies that came out of that door, the door will stay open. So instead of doing this relatively long fight that we're about to do, we could just walk out. You know, we can just walk out and restart the checkpoint, and then we're done with this section.
The good thing is, though, is that this fight sequence is still pretty short, but the game gives us 3 bosses to fight, and we just don't fight bosses here. So.
Yeah, what are bosses?
Oh, Recon, look out for all 3 of those juggernauts. Oh, wait.
Bye.
Restart checkpoint.
Let me just scooch right past ya.
Very nice. And that is the end of Cordelian. Everyone say goodbye to Juice and Juice's new friend. Juice the second, I guess. There's 2 of them now.
Juice 2.
Yeah, now 2 juices. Juice squared.
Juice squared. Orange juice and apple juice.
Thanks, and will do.
I love them. They're wonderful.
They are very cute.
The power of
Yes,
friendship.
that is the end of Cordelian. We've successfully acquired the Keyblade.
Yeah.
The true collectible.
Yes.
How do I meet someone?
What are you talking about?
Okay, thanks, game.
That went great.
That's what I meant to do.
I could go off the
There you
archives
go.
in front of you and scream.
And now, meow.
True.
And I'm pretty sure that's it for the crystals, right? The big on crystals.
And don't overthink.
I think there's 1 or 2 more, and like just not like throughout the level, but like just like in certain parts of like one of the levels. I think there's like 1 that we might need to do, but yeah, I think that's the majority of the crystals like out of the way now.
Nothing. Just thinking about building the
So
connection.
my apologies on that. That was
Are you
a lot blinding light than I anticipated it to be. Oh my!
Ooh, close.
Hi, Ratchet. I'm Ratchet.
We do it again because it looks so satisfying.
What are you doing?
I don't think I have the speed for this anymore. No,
Thinking about building.
we do it again.
Ratchet.
I'm looking at that recipe of like the 8 limes, 1 lemon. Like, is somebody making margaritas here? What's happening?
The morts and the very reputable lemonade.
I'm ready.
All the morts, the species of morts are all named Mort.
Nothing.
So.
Just thinking about building the
Okay,
connection.
so
Okay.
the Undertale Temmies.
Yeah.
Nervous about
Tried to add extra water?
The idea there was to get a wrench boost to land over here and grab this thing, but
I promise.
unfortunately, that we can't have nice things. So
Nice to meet you.
there's one thing I always forget to do here, and I've just remembered I have to do it. I have to upgrade a weapon, so let me just do that real quick. There you go. And off we go.
Oh yeah.
So-
Dimensionator.
So our title we have now is Ratchet and Clank Kingdom Rift Apart 2.8.9.5 Definitive Remix Deluxe Edition Infinite Trilogy.
And
Nice.
then in parentheses, pre-order bonus.
I love this. I love this so much.
Yes. Say hello to Dr. Nefarious, by the way. He's our, like, big bad guy. Remember the bad guy who stole our stuff at the start and attacked our celebratory parade?
This is not
Yeah, he's trying to kill us with the thing he stole, so he's, we're just gonna, you know, beat him for it.
What did you do with the Emperor?
I don't know, Dr. Nefarious kind of sounds like a mini boss name and definitely not like a BBEG type. What do we name him?
I'm at.
Nefarious?
This is a pretty easy boss fight, to be honest. We just, like, throw the garden tool at him, and he gets frozen, and then we, throw a few bombs at him.
We have a sprinkler that turns enemies into bushes, and it makes them take more damage. You know, like bushes would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that okay. I'm following you, I think.
Are we on?
Also, by doing that as well, yeah, we also damage Dr. Nefarious before he goes invulnerable. And in NG Plus, I think actually even in any percent like categories like this one, you can actually damage him into his next phase. And if you don't kill the dinosaur quick enough, it can actually soft lock the game if you do that. So
Oh, there's a
That's
lot
not
of
good.
ways to soft lock this fight. In NG Plus, if you have the Rhino, which is the most overpowered weapon throughout the Ratchet and Clank series, pretty much. The objects that spawn from the Rhino actually have collision and can push him into the ground and insta-kill him, but it won't progress the game.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure the cold snap can do the same, right?
Not to my knowledge, but it might be special case. 'Cause I know it gives the enemies like a different feel.
Yeah, it's very, very strange. But now, just to pass the time, because we're feeling like it, you know, we can do a little obstacle course on the back of a beetle. Pretty cool. Through dimensions.
oh, this is adorable.
Very nice.
Okay, so I want to ask: is like I'm guessing the answer is no, but is this the first Ratchet and Clank game you played, or have you been like a lifelong player of them?
I have been a lifelong player. It is, I grew up, I don't want to say I grew up with them because they were out, like, pretty much the year I was born. The first one came out in 2002. But at the same time, I played them when I was younger. I will say, I will say I technically grew up with the ones that came out in, like, 2009 and stuff, because I was actually alive for them to, like, I bought them release day, you know? But, yeah, I love the original trilogy. Like, when I was like 6 or 7, I played the original trilogy for the first time. It was brilliant. And then the future trilogy on the PS3, sorry, came out, like Tools of Destruction, Quest for Booty, and A Crack in Time, which, by the way, A Crack in Time, one of the greatest games of all time, don't at me. It is, those came out and I played the hell out of them. It was so cute. I have a cute story about A Crack in Time, actually. Do I tell it? It's very cute.
I mean, do you have an auto scroller coming up at any point that you can tell it during?
Well, I mean, technically this one, we just beat a few bugs to death to get a gold bolt, so... Yeah, I'll tell it, right, so... Pretty much, I was bored one day, right? Just on my PS3, just having the time of my life in the living room. This is when I was like 9 or 10 years old, right? I did not mean to press that button, okay. There you go, that's fine. So I was 9 or 10 or whatever, just in the living room, just having a good time. My dad's in the living room with me. He never usually lets people play on like the PlayStation 3 when he's in the living room. He's usually like watching telly, like TV and all that. And he's just like vibing. But he was feeling nice. He let me play the TV. He let me play the PS3 on the TV. So I was just playing that. I was scrolling through the PlayStation Store and I came across Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time demo. And I was like, oh, that looks really cool. So I played it. I played the demo and I was like, oh my god, this is like really, really cool. I really want to buy the full thing. It was like really, really nice or whatever. So I restarted the demo like 5 or 6 times over and over. And then my dad goes, all right, I'm off to the shop. Do we need anything? And I'm just like, oh, no, we're all good. But could you grab me a drink while you're there? He's like, yeah, sure, whatever, right? So about half an hour to an hour goes by. He comes back and then he goes, oh, here's a drink. But also, I got you this. He pulls out Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time, the full game. On disc for me, and then I honestly I cried. It was so wholesome.
That's so
and then
good, Dad.
Yeah, it was so wholesome. And then I spent the rest of the afternoon just blitzing through that game. It was so cute.
Oh, that's so cool.
Dad MVP.
10 out of 10 dadding.
Yeah, very, very kind. I probably still have the game somewhere, but our PS3 broke like 7 years ago, so I have no way to play it anymore. It's very sad. Other than the cloud streaming that PlayStation offers, but it's not very good because you need like a really, really stable internet connection to play it, and my internet is not stable enough to like properly sustain it, you know. So I can't really go back to playing those anymore. Bork.
There was a good bork in there.
That's my dog.
The doggo.
The doggo.
Right, there we go. That is everything collected on this one, I think.
I don't think anyone will ever complain about hearing a good bork on stream.
Very true, very true. But yeah, it's to answer the question, no, it's not my first Ratchet and Clank game, but they're near and dear to my heart. I've played them quite a lot. I pre-ordered this when I heard it was coming out back in like 2020 on PS5. I was one of the lucky ones. I got PS5 like pretty early on, so I pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered it at the time, and then I was just sitting in anticipation, just waiting. Like, oh my god, it's only 12 days left. You know, like.
It's like, let me make sure I've cleared my schedule.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the exact same for Spider-Man 2, by the way. Like, it's I pre-ordered that one as well, and that comes out on October 20th. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna sit there. Oh my god, there's 120 days left. You know, like there's actually only 68 days left until that comes out. Fun fact. So
you really are counting, huh?
Yeah.
He's got a timer open.
Yeah.
We completely glossed over what just happened there. Yeah, that is a base boosted. We call it the base boosted strand. Why do we call it that? I don't know, but
that's just what the founder named it. So.
Fair enough. Yeah.
We skipped the whole fight section by going out of bounds, pretty much. So.
There is another way to do that, I believe, and it's a little bit faster, but I suck at it, so I just did the slightly longer way. But I got a really good jump actually. So. Oh no, Doggo.
Big borks. He's very excited about that strat.
Yeah. I should mention as well, our friend, the French pirate, he's not being very nice. He's about to be executed, so we're gonna stop that.
Oh.
There is actually story reason behind that. I'm sorry, ship. That was not what was supposed to happen. I was supposed to go over here to activate the side mission before I do anything else. But yeah, he remember the trash planet that he was on before, that we were on the like kind of deserty planet with the rails that we all skipped and all that. Yeah, the story reason behind that, I believe, is because he abandoned ship on when his ship was going down. He abandoned ship, and the pirates are kind of like discerning him for it. So he is currently being executed as a result of that. So we're just gonna save him because he has information that we need, you know.
Good old-fashioned mutiny happening.
Yep, casually, you know. Also, we dialogue muted at the start of that fight just so we can skip the dialogue at the end of this fight, because he goes on for a good 40 seconds about like, oh my god, you're so nice, thank you for saving me. Yeah.
You're like, that's enough. Let me go.
I grab that gold bolt really quick, and some more wrench boosts. Yeah. Oh, camera, are you good? Do you know what? I blame the camera for that one.
Yeah.
Certified Ratchet and Clank camera moment.
TM.
I think this Speedle might appreciate getting
Right, that was what was supposed to happen, and then we grabbed the hurl shot. This looks like it would actually hurt, by the way, if you did that out in real life. We can go around that fast.
Rivet's
Ow.
first dialogue line with the hurl shot is, "Oh, my spy!" They got discontinued for that reason, I believe, is the actual lore.
I wonder why. Wow. Oh, this is cute.
Shanty time.
Something's not right.
So, think your pipes are ready for a shifty shuffling shanty. There you go.
That like 5 times fast, or don't.
So the idea here is we're going to mute this pirate so this shanty plays out a little quicker. So if anyone can hear the stream, they are actually singing right now. Me hearties sing shanties. I'm not going to sing the whole thing, I'll say the whole thing.
Pardon?
The idea is this pirate is like goes on and on about the start and stuff, so we just mute him.
Yeah,
yeah.
muting that green pirate saves 26 seconds, because they just have so many long dialogue lines.
Respectable
Yeah,
position.
so me hearties sing shanties of girls in respectable positions of power. Who linger by the shore. Who linger by the shore. The whole shanty. Me hearties sing shanties of girls in respectable positions of power who linger by the shore.
This is how you become a pirate, by the way. I remember.
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
I think Pierre went through the pirate trials like that. Had to sing them. We're just jumping up this elevator because it's really slow. We jump up to the top of this elevator and it opens the door. There was supposed to be a boss fight, but the pirates forgot to feed the dinosaur, I think, so it's kind of dead.
Oh, do they like lead you up to it? Like, go fight the
that
dinosaur, so scary.
That whole elevator ride.
Yeah, the whole elevator ride is like, oh, this guy.
Stoojax, the planet destroyer.
It's just a skeleton of a dinosaur in the corner. Just...
Oh, poor little guy. That's messed up. That's very funny.
No, this game is jokes, honestly. I love this game. It is definitely a very good casual experience, so anyone who has a PS5 or even a PC now at this point, because you can play on PC, I would definitely recommend it. There's dialogue. I was going to say there's dialogue supposed to be playing now, but like we were waiting for that to finish.
Still faster than doing the glitch section.
Yeah. That's the last one, I think. That's the last time we'll see Glitch.
No, Glitch. Oh, I like Glitch's little face.
Yeah. So we're gonna kind of break this a little bit more now. We're just gonna climb up here. The whole idea here is like it was supposed to be like the joke is like these are supposed to be like the daring pirate trials. Like they're supposed to be, oh no, the so hard difficult pirate trials. You have to prove yourself to become a pirate. It's just a theme park. So wait, I didn't actually get that checkpoint there. I just realized.
Yeah, and Ratchet
I
is
love
named Captain What?
Captain what?
Captain What?
Yeah.
That's his name.
What? Yep, Captain What. So the thing with that was like at the very start of the thing. Am I stuck? Game, please. I beg of you.
Oh yeah.
Fine, we'll do it again. So the idea, the thing at the start with that, the pirate, like the thing at the start, like it says, oh, who's taking on the trials today? And he goes, what? Like that, like in a confused tone, and then the
recorded it.
So yeah, Captain, what? I can see he plays back his voice. Yeah, it's very very funny. So
They've got
the idea is this scary the scary pirate trials are just a pirate themed theme park.
That's adorable.
Which is, yeah. So the whole thing here is you're supposed to like go from ship to ship, like boarding enemy vessels, kind of trying to like kill all the pirates aboard, and we're just under the map killing them from below, you know, with bombs. This feels like cheating, but you know what? It is what it is.
This
Get
is
pirates
also-
out of the way.
This is gonna despawn another boss. You'll see him for a moment, and then We're turning the crank right now as the island's coming up, but the crank will finish and then the boss. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bye.
here goes the boss.
I mean,
So
Yeah,
are,
so usually, go on, sorry.
so are all these tricks done on the current patch?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
pretty much. I'm pretty sure. I don't know about PC, but on PS5, this is the latest version. Yeah.
PC has some replacements for some strats because they're just impossible to do, lacking the PS5's internal hardware, or like the integrated create menu, for example. But there are alternatives to everything on PC so far.
my name's Ratchet.
Yep. Welcome to the 4-minute auto-scroller, by the way.
Well, it's not necessarily an auto scroller in all collectibles,
No, it's very
for the most
painful.
part, yeah.
you can't make it go faster is the point.
Yeah. I was saying before, the bolt crank that we were turning underneath the map, that isn't supposed to be activated until we kill that boss. But like when we're under the map, we turn it anyway, and the boss despawns as a result because we turned it all the way. Which is really funny. There's a lot of silly stuff like that in this game. Like, I adore. This game is so fun as a speed game. Alright, we're going towards the end of the first part of the auto-scroller section. I need to make sure I'm not on this side actually, because it can bug. Let's just picking up the bolts. So there's one ship, and there's the other ship. Yep.
One thing that's really cool is that the wrench boosting and everything that we do was found and left in by Insomniac devs, but because casual players were doing it on the first release of the game, they actually patched it, not out, but they made it so that all you had to do was hold L2 while doing the wrench boost, so you're still able to do it.
Yep. So the intention with that, this is really cool by the way, so during this like dialogue section, because this is still the auto-scroller part, like we're still like scrolling, we're just gonna leave.
Great. Bye.
Yeah, like the level is still progressing through that auto-scroller, so we're gonna do stuff on the other side of the world to collect some stuff during the auto-scroller, which is really funny. But yeah, what the intention with what Insomniac did there, they found out that it was possible to do the wrench boosting, so and people like casual players were doing it when they first played the game, so they kind of patched it out, but they left it in a way to do it, so speedrunners can still like do it and like have fun with it and all that, but casual players are less likely to like just find it randomly, you know, so it won't ruin a casual experience, but it will still help for a speedrun experience.
That's
Which
really
I think
nice.
is really cool. Yeah, I think it's really so cool because like a lot of the, like there's been a lot of developers. I think Cyberpunk is one of them. Like there's like, oh, it's a glitch that helps you progress the game faster. Patch it completely. You know. I think a lot of devs like jump straight to that conclusion. It's very unfortunate. So yeah, we've done the first part of the side mission. We're just gonna restart the checkpoint and go right back to the auto-scroller.
Cool. It's like we weren't over there. Don't mind us.
Yeah. But we're gonna do it again because it's like really funny. But also we do need to collect something, so we're just gonna go flying halfway across the planet. And you see that little glowy thing down there? Yeah, that's a spy bot. We need to go grab that really quick.
Where is that ship going?
Ah.
There you go. And now we wait.
What the heck is that thing?
So we wait for a certain dialogue line, which has just played, the checkpoint has just displayed, so we restart the checkpoint here, and now we're on the next part of the auto-scroller, the ambush.
Normal. This is fine.
Yeah, very fine. I love stuff like this though. Like, it's really cool, but it's also really hard as well. Like, it took a lot of hours of practice to try and even remotely get as close to good at doing, like, even what I've just done there. Like, to do that. But yeah, this is the plunder beam. They're seizing our ship, so we're just disabling it.
Thunder beam is down.
Disable the plunder beam and collect all the bolts, and then we just jump back onto the ship. Yay! And while he goes on and on about like us being excellent pirates, yeah, we're gonna be great pirates in the future. We're gonna go do another wrench boost, and we're gonna go finish that side mission we started really quick. So Give us a second here.
But maybe we should focus on
I don't actually know if this is in height. Yeah, no, yeah, we're fine. We have more than enough momentum. So we land back up here at the end of the side mission. Kill all the enemies here. And ta-da! We collect the Map-O-Matic.
That's cute.
This is actually really useful. Yeah. This is really useful for future because it gives you the locations of all like the gold bolts and like the other collectibles that we need. So if we get stuck at any point, we can just go look at the Map-O-Matic, you know? Yeah. We're gonna go back to Mrs. Zircon here and buy the Warmonger because it is a very coolly named weapon and also it is very powerful and we will use it very soon. So while we were doing all of that, the auto-scroller, believe it or not, was still happening, so we're going to restart the checkpoint twice, and now we're back at the top for the very final part of the auto-scroller. I should mention also, other categories don't do that. They don't do stuff like that for the auto-scroller. You just have to wait. In some of them you do. Yeah,
for any percent in all gold bolts, you get the Warmonger still. That's optimal and rapid. For New Game Plus, we already have all that. You're just sitting there staring at your screen for 4 minutes.
Cool.
Oh, this is a cute strat. So we've got a checkpoint. We're just going to restart the checkpoint, and for some reason, this boss just gets one shot. Like he went from one bullet. He went from he went from 100% health to 30% health.
There's a explosive barrel behind him that he spawns next to, and when you topiary him for the debuff and hit him with the Warmonger at the same time, he loses just about all of HP.
Yep.
That's very
and we restart the check. Yeah, we restart the checkpoint, I believe, just to have him in that position in the first place.
Yeah, because while you're waiting for that pearl shot orb to come up, he's jumping around.
Yep, and that is the end of the worst mission in the goddamn game. Speedrun-wise, anyway.
It's a little long, yeah.
Oh, it's even worse. I just remembered what's next.
Wonder what Rivet's up to.
Oh no, Sargasso 2, yay. So this is our first revisit, actually, I believe. Yeah, it's our first revisit. So this is the planet that we were on at the very start of the game with the Morts. Rivet's just chilling, you know. We're gonna upgrade the Warmonger. Can we upgrade the topiary? Did it level up? No, it did not. So.
Well, you could technically say Torn was a revisit because we were there for about 5 seconds on Mega 1.
Yeah.
Technically, yeah, but you know. I should also mention story-wise. Remember we had the fight with Dr. Nefarious? Mm-hmm. The whole story was that like. There's an actual, like, really... Well, I should explain how Dr. Nefarious works. He thinks he's, like, this really awesome villain. Like, this really cool and amazing villain, but he's just mostly taken out like a chump, you know? Like, for a lot of those things, and that he's kind of made the joke of things, but in Rivet's universe, Dr. Nefarious is actually, like, Emperor, and he's actually, like, a really threatening, evil person. And during the fight with Dr. Nefarious that Rivet was fighting in the arena, Ratchet and Clank met the Emperor, and the Emperor has stolen the Dimensionator from Dr. Nefarious, which he stole at the very start of the game.
Right.
And he is using it to cause even more havoc, and this is Rivet's home planet that he is invading out of spite for Rivet, because he does not like her. So so if you randomly see another Nefarious that isn't Dr. Nefarious, that is why.
That's Rivet's Nefarious.
Yeah, that's like the big evil one who's like actually competent and like evil warlord guy kind of one, you know. Which I kind of think it's quite funny, as a matter of fact, actually, because like one of them is like this like pathetic. Like guy, and then there's his alter ego, his like alter version of himself, whatever. It's like this big, unstoppable, like rule of the galaxy kind of emperor, you know. I think that's like so cool.
Well,
it's a really cool contrast to the character.
Yeah, it like subverts it because it's like, oh, so you're normally playing in the universe where he just kind of is bad at his job, like. You've been on easy mode the whole time, turns out.
And then suddenly this guy he commands the entire universe. That's the city that we're on with all the robots. That's his like home base, I suppose. That's like his city that he rules over. He rules over the majority of the universe as well.
Nefarious City? I would have never guessed.
No, yeah, it's called Nefarious City as well. Yeah, no one could have guessed, you know. There's this one guy left. There's always one guy, I swear. There you go. Now I can activate it.
So, when I was with Clank,
But yes, so Emperor Nefarious is being very, very naughty. He's invading. He's invading us, which is not very nice. So we're gonna go stop him really quick. Stop his invasion.
exactly a straight line to the battle cruiser, but that hurl shot should be
Oh, I got caught on a rock. As much as I don't like this level, it is really cool though, like what we do in the speedrun.
Yeah, what's funny about that wrench boost is Rivet says, looks like it won't be a straight line to the dropship, and then you're supposed to go through that like whole jungle gym before going to the dropship, but we just wrench boost straight there.
You in
Yeah, it's a
fact
very
make a
straight
straight
line
line.
It is
Yeah.
in fact a straight line.
Alrighty. So there's a reason we've kept it paused on the photo mode there, just so our dinosaur friend Trudy lands next to us. This is Trudy, by the way. Say hello to Trudy.
Hi, Trudy.
She's very cute. She can breathe fire.
those destructo beams.
That's
can
very
destroy
helpful,
an
Trudy,
entire
thank you.
planet in mere minutes. The Emperor is going to wipe
Yeah.
out
Then
all of
then
Sunshine.
Trudy doesn't breathe fire until we get Zerp stones, and then Trudy breathes fire.
Oh yeah. So this is the invasion portion of the planet, but there's also we're not going to leave just yet because there's collectibles to find. We need collectibles. So once this invasion is over,
We have.
it's that's what we're going to do. We're going to collect a bunch of stuff in the all collectibles category. What else?
Like, I know there's an invasion happening, but I have to get stuff.
Yeah, like I just picked up the gold bolt right there, you know.
Let's grab one.
We're waiting for these bombs to spawn actually, because the morts are very helpful. They use their leftover gelatonium from their factory to craft bombs that we're going to throw at the battle cruisers. Because these battle cruisers, they're very powerful. Those lasers they're firing into the ground, they're actually shattering the planet from the inside out. So we kind of have to blow those up before they cause a bit of havoc, you know.
This is for sargassum.
There you go. I should mention, by the way, we have to hit the shields. There's every chance that any one of those bombs will hit like this little tiny little thing there on the side, and it just won't count, and we lose a bomb for it. It's so unfortunate. Right, invasion stopped. How very nice. So now we got stuff to collect. So we're just gonna go zooming over to the other side of the planet to visit a very poorly Trudy. Oh, Trudy.
Oh, Trudy.
I'm gonna go collect some snacks.
Trudy's hungry after a long fight.
We're gonna go collect some snacks. So these are the Zerp stones, and believe it or not, there's a lot of them. So
Way too many.
we're gonna.
I'd say.
Could not have
Yep.
anticipated this.
The thing is, why I'm not a very big fan of this portion of the speedrun. It is routed so we can grab them all, like we can grab them all in a specific order, but it's not easy, to say the least. Like, there's a lot we have to collect, let's just say that much. It's very tedious, that's why it's not my favorite part of the speedrun, but it's still very, very cool. Like, we're gonna use a lot of cool strats in a short while. Especially in this upcoming bit, actually. A lot of wrench boosts to speed up the process. These guys are just admiring it, you know, just gonna steal it from them. Now we're gonna go grab the rest. What's good about like speedruns like this though, everything like collected like that is mapped out. Well, not mapped out per se, but like we have a route for it, so we can go grab them. Just if we learn the route and we know what route it is, we just go collect them in a specific order, and it's optimal. That's what I'm looking for, the order optimal.
And there's route notes for all the categories as well.
Hey, Mort.
That's why the speedrun Discord is very helpful. Very, very nice. Everyone's so lovely in there.
Deliveries for the
I met some very great people in there.
Save up for
You
my
know?
own place.
Very cool.
And those
Would recommend 10 out of 10. Very easiest and best resource to get into Rift Apart speedrunning, should that be anyone's intention after this incredibly amazing run. Dinosaur, I don't have time. Go away.
Since I was a kid, they're
I'm collecting Zerp stones for Trudy. She's very poorly. Just wants food. We're coming back up here to do another wrench boost. This is actually one of my favorites. This is this excuses a lot of the stuff because we zoom all the way from one part of the area all the way over to this area. It's kind of tight though. Like you have to maneuver in such a way where you don't like smack into any walls or lose any of your speed and momentum. You just kind of have to like
happened here. Clank and I crashed.
go all over the place here. Alright, so we have to leave on this teleporter with at least 44, which we have. There's a reason for that, because it's just a helpful number. This one over here is 45, and the rest should be in the air. Actually, no, there's two more on the ground, but Trudy's going to help us with that. There's gold bolt number 20 as well.
Yeah, we get Trudy for the rest of them because she can reach the ones high up, but also because her range with the fire is, for some reason, really, really far, so we could just snipe them.
Oh, because if the fire touches them, it still counts?
Yeah.
Yep. So we can pick them up with the fire. It's very silly, but it works. So now, we've collected 47, Trudy can now breathe her fire again. Trudy's strong enough to breathe fire again. So, what we do, there's a Zerp stone right at the top of the factory there, we shoot it, and it's ours now.
From a mile away.
Wow.
Now we can finally get the rest
Trudy
of
is
the
very
Zerp
useful in the Zerp stone collecting route. It's too bad she is not the friendliest to control. In my personal opinion, I don't really like how Trudy works in this game, but to each their own. I'm sure people love
But
Trudy.
she makes a silly noise when you spam L2, so it kind of balances out.
That's fair.
That is true. I actually, I should mention as well, I opted not to hear game sounds, because I listen to game sounds through OBS, so I can't actually hear anything in the game right now, but as long as it sounds very pretty on stream, that's a lot better, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a reason I went over here, by the way, just so I can like turn around and get the rest of these on this path, so there should be one there, should be 3 down there, and 3 to the rest to the side there. There you go, to the side, and boom, we have all 60. How very nice. Now Trudy lands. Trudy lands, and we're gonna go. We're gonna do some speedrun stuff.
Here I come.
I don't actually know if that'll have enough speed, but that should. Yeah, that's perfect. And we say hello to Mort again
Usual?
to collect our spy bot. Yay! And that was Sargasso 2.
Look at all that Zerp.
How long will it take Trudy to eat
Look
everything?
at all the Zerp stones.
That is a lot of Zerp zones. They're just kind of laying about uselessly.
Oh yeah, have you noticed anything different about Trudy lately?
No.
Trudy is pregnant.
Congratulations,
babies.
Trudy. The joys of motherhood.
Yeah, Rivet said like we skipped like all of that conversation when we left the planet, but Rivet actually says she's gonna throw Trudy the biggest baby shower the planet has ever seen. It's so cute. Alright, there you go. So we've upgraded all the weapons, and now we're on to the end game. We're in the end game now. Well, I say that, there's
We still got some.
still a while left.
You got a minute. It's a very long go time.
But the statement isn't entirely wrong though. Like at this point in the story, there's only like 2 or 3 planets that we have to go to next, and then it's the final boss. So, you know, it's kind of close to the end game. I'm also out of ammo, and the skeletons are all over the show.
Oh.
So unfortunately, Emperor Nefarious has no regard for life in general, and he's just overusing the Dimensionator's power, so it's kind of going crazy and spawning skeletons.
That
Which is not
seems
good.
normal. That seems normal and healthy for it to do.
We should find high value
Yeah, I'm sure that was
assets on the
totally
other end.
intentional for
Let's hope the
it to
maps
happen, you know? And I love the dialogue in this section, actually. Like the robot that I don't actually know if any of you in the Discord can hear it, but the robot there when River boards the ship, he's like, "Oh my god, the Lombax! How the hell did you get here?" It's just like your security is awful. He just acts so shocked, like, "Oh my god, what's she doing here? How's she here?"
Like I walked in.
Honestly, the dialogue between some of like the enemy robots is so funny. It's like like some of them stand still so I can destroy you. Well, like during the invasion, because the Morts love lemonade. Like that's their whole thing. They love lemonade, and then one of the robots is actually the Mort says, "Can we talk? Do we really have to be invaded right now? Can we just talk about this service and lemonade?" And then one of the robots goes, "The Emperor hates lemonade. Nothing should be sour and sweet." Just like their dialogue is very funny. Like especially this Juggernaut coming up actually has some funny dialogue. If I remember correctly, he's like he goes, "You made a big mistake boarding this ship." And the river goes, "I was just gonna take it for a quick joyride." He goes, "Never, prepare to be destroyed. You will never take this for a joyride." Oh, I love the enemies. The enemies in this game, they're very funny. And someone acted a good job giving them like really cute personalities like that.
I mean, that's what makes the game like replayable and stuff like that, is that like it feels good, like you want to listen to it. So
yeah, it's not like annoying average bad guy dialogue. It's like actually like, oh yeah, that's kind of funny.
Can I cut in for just a second?
You can.
Alright, so we just added in a couple more incentives for people to donate towards. We got a new Hollow Knight incentive, which is to do the Pantheon of Hollow Nest, which I believe is after the run. Then we also got a link to the past bonus any % glitched run. That is at $85. I forgot to say the Hollow Nest, Pantheon of Hollow Nest is $150. And we have Super Meat Boy bonus any % wrong warp run, which is $85 as well. So if you're interested in seeing games go really fast, then I would suggest donating towards those bonus any % runs.
Very nice. We all love extra bonus content, speedrun content. I should mention there. Very true. I should mention there, by the way, we accidentally went too fast, and Insomniac don't like it when you do that, so we just die. I think the whole thing behind it is we're going a little too fast, so the game's like we're slightly clipped through the floor, so the game's like, oh, best kill you so you don't fall through the map, you know, and then it spawns us.
I'm surprised it's only happened this late in the run. Normally it happens right after you get the boots.
Oh, let's try.
speeding tickets are brutal.
Yeah. So we usually have to do a glitch puzzle to grab that gold bolt, but we can just grab it out of bounds, you know. There's a lot of death barriers there, by the way, but the way, like, what we can do, we go that far out, and the way I turn around, like, we still have that much speed. We like zoom back in, and then I do a jump right as I go through the rock. Right as I go through the rock, and then that jump like sends me past all of the death barrier kind of thing. So we can just go out of bounds, hit the hitbox for the gold bolt, and collect it from out of bounds, which is very nice. This is the catacomb skip, which I'm probably gonna mess up because I suck at this strat. But let's try it. Look, I've got speed.
Oh, the double jump midair was a little weird.
Yeah, that was a bit awkward, but you know what? We can save it. Just a few IJs. Because we're right by the objective. The idea there was I was supposed to keep all of my height from that double jump and land up here. Or if I was speedy enough, go straight through here from the jump. So we just restart the checkpoint there, and then we're in. We skip a whole like speedle section.
Yeah, that'll still save a bunch of time because the speedle section is all on rails, and so.
Hello, undead dinosaur.
Oh.
Oh, Clank said a bad word. Cover your ears.
No one heard it.
Yeah.
No one heard it.
Yeah, this is a PG game.
It got censored. It's fine.
Imagine they didn't censor it, they didn't leave the third degree just outright
That would be amazing.
blast it. I wonder if they actually had the actor say it and they just censored it, or they just like went, just had him like fill in a blank kind of thing, like they just go holy, and then just like stop. Probably did that, right? Just imagine Clank.
They definitely said that in the studio. There's no way they did.
Blurting out like the most horrible swear words.
I
in the
mean,
studio.
if you've seen any behind the scenes on any voice actor, that seems likely.
Yeah, very true actually. Oh, it's a very sad part of the story actually. Yeah, so pretty much the Emperor has found us and has kidnapped Ratchet and Kit. So Ratchet and Kit are currently locked away.
And Clank.
And Clank. Yeah, and Clank.
Yeah,
They're
Rivet
currently
really
locked
stressed
away.
out.
She's also very sad because she realizes that in a past life, Kit was designed as one of the Emperor's like weapons, as like a warbot. And Rivet lost her arm to a warbot. I think you can kind of put 2 and 2 together on that.
So she's going through it, understandable.
Yeah, she is not very happy with Kit because she realizes Kit was the warbot that took her armor
Yeah.
after a fight. And she realizes Kit has been lying the whole time, pretty much, so...
Oh, because Kit knows and has been like
Yep.
not mentioning it.
Yep, and she didn't know that. Yeah, it's a very sad part of the story, actually. Like, the whole cutscene is like very, very emotional. Like, there was an earlier part in the story, during the invasion. Like, during the invasion, they kind of, like, sidetracked a little bit, and the cutscene goes through how Rivet lost her arm. She explains, like, oh, she was trying to sneak into a nefarious compound or whatever, and one of the warbots stopped her and shot her, and it completely destroyed her arm. Which is very sad. And then, in that cutscene that we skipped beforehand, Kit was revealed to be a warbot, and Rivet kind of puts 2 and 2 together, like, oh my god, this is the one that, like, took off my arm. Very sad.
Casually nailing some of the harder tricks in the game by now.
Yeah. Well, talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
this incredibly like deep, dark cutscene, and then like, oh, let me just absolutely launch myself. Totally fine. The flex.
Yeah, I didn't expect to be able to do that properly, actually, but yeah, this is one of the harder planets in the speedrun. I should mention that. It's not a very pretty planet. I mean, it's a very pretty planet. Look at it, it's all raining and red and lightning, but it's not a very pretty planet for the speedrun, you know.
We'll get you out of here.
Yeah, the sound effect is neat though.
Yeah, it's very cool. I should mention, we can't infinite jump over the water on this planet because there's a very, very, very high chance the game will completely crash. So, we have to be very careful. It's not very stable in this area. I'm very proud of Insomniac, actually. They've created an incredible game. It runs beautifully on PS5. Runs beautifully on PS5, doesn't really, very rarely drops frames, very rarely crashes. It only crashes mostly because, like, we're breaking the hell out of it with a speedrun, but it is very, very well made. Well done, Insomniac, I'm very proud of you.
It looks like it feels good.
It feels amazing. I'm betting as well, high-end PCs on this and, like, full 4K graphics, it must be beautiful to play. Am I right in saying that, Nautical? I believe you play on PC now. We lost him.
He's gone.
Yes, it is, I'm sure it is very nice. I'm yet to play it on PC, but I do own it on PC. It's because I'm not really confident that my PC will be able to play it properly, you know? That's like,
Kind
it's
of a big
unfortunate.
thing. Yeah.
I mean, you see how well it runs on a PS5, and like my SSD is not that fast. So like even now, if I install it to my SSD, it'll take a while to load all of this kind of stuff, you know. It's kind of the beauty of playing it on PS5 though. Like there's very little to low loading times. Like, the only loading times are, like, the slight loads in between planets. Because everything is already preloaded. It's, like, it's so well made. This is a brilliant game. 10 out of 10. I would definitely recommend anyone play this for the first time. Ignore the fact I've spoiled half the story, but...
Well, we haven't really seen it. Like, just because you're explaining it, like, we haven't really seen it. So...
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
We haven't truly experienced it.
It is definitely worth it. I would say it's definitely worth it. And I hope Insomniac release a sequel. I won't spoil the ending. I won't spoil anything about the ending, but the ending is like very, oh, it could be resolved in a sequel kind of thing, yeah. So.
Yeah, it's got like a cliffhanger.
Yeah, so I hope they do.
And I saw that name.
Yeah, that's what they're called. The Goons for Less. It's kind of cute actually. They're a mercenary service that you can hire them for money. They're actually in some of the older games called Thugs for Less instead of Goons for Less in the old games, and they're hired by the Emperor, not Emperor Nefarious, sorry, Dr. Nefarious. Oh, that's a visual bug.
Yeah, I would think
just realized something massive.
Like Dr. Nefarious would need like the budget ones, whereas Emperor Nefarious is like fine.
Yeah. These guys are helping us though, because we're breaking everyone out of prison. I've realized something very important that is not very good.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I missed Collectable.
Oh! Well, you said that math helped for that, so...
Yeah. I am so glad I realized that. I was like, wait, hang on, I'm supposed to have 25 gold bolts now. Oh dear.
Your heart just stopped.
A little bit, I was like, oh no.
It's fine,
how pretty that looks though.
Don't panic.
Yeah. There you go, 25 out of 25.
Yeah!
Hey, you're supposed to restart the checkpoint there, and then, instead of go through the door like I did. Oh no, we crashed!
Ooh.
That's not a good. It's okay, it's easy fix. Easy fix.
Chat,
Ignore
don't
this,
panic.
this didn't happen.
Chat,
this
don't
didn't
panic.
happen.
This isn't happening. You saw the gold bolt. We didn't have to backtrack for the gold bolt. Everything is fine.
Very true. As though, so I think Nautical's power went out, unfortunately.
There's
I was gonna
nothing
say
in the curtain.
it gives us time for Nautical to come back.
Just a lot of
Can you
things
get
happen.
re-added?
It's actually Nautical that crashed the game. Because he's
Yep,
like, wait,
true, very true.
like, I want to come back.
Okay, just to make sure we have everything. Just to double check, we have everything. And we spawned at the cutscene too. We scored sort of the thing.
That was all intentional. We meant that.
Yeah, totally intended to crash the game, yeah.
Yeah. In chat, hey, you know how we mentioned those fast loading times? Yeah!
It loaded back pretty quickly. To be fair.
Come on, kids, say something. I have no idea.
Is anyone actually able to drag him back in at all? Or?
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone has terms for it. Alrighty. Very nice though. Okay, so that pretending that the crash didn't happen, moving on. Yeah, this is a really cool, like, not chase section, but like it's everything's kind of breaking and exploding around us, so it just kind of like, you know.
Speaking of crashes.
Welcome back.
What a segue! Great job.
On Visceron of all places.
Yep.
Has a very wicked reputation for crashing.
We did say, to be fair, Django for water, there's like an 80% chance of it crashing.
Oh yeah, I have a 100% chance. Even just any, not even over water. My game for some reason will crash on any PMA or iPhone.
That's funny. Well, is that PS5 or is it PC?
Yeah, only PS5. I could do it on PC just fine, but I think it's just the way that loads work between PC and PS5. So.
Possibly, yeah.
As it was.
Oh, I should mention, by the way, the gold bolts that we collected, the only reason I realized we missed one was I turned on the gold bolts to turn on infinite ammo and infinite health, which we'll be using for the next for the final part of the run. Which is something that you unlock at 23 and 24 gold bolts.
Yeah, and then 25 just turns the weapons gold.
They look very pretty.
We don't need that for the run.
It's just a fashion statement.
Oh, the snipers are in. That's a good sign.
So does New Game Plus use those the entire run then?
Yeah. Yep, you keep all of them. Keep all of the gold bolts that you collected.
New
We're
Game,
coming to the end of Combat Section 2. Pretty nice.
New Game Plus is a very high quality of life run for that reason.
Yeah, it's New Game Plus is mostly just like any percent on steroids because you don't have to collect anything. Everything is you already own. It's mostly focused on like movement tech and like fancy stuff. And it's the category that most people get into at first, you know. So like, if you wanted to learn how to play this game, like how to do all the cool speed tech like me, because obviously I'm a master, you know, top 4 on the board. Anyway.
No big deal. No big deal. It's fine.
Yeah, that's probably the best place to start. New Game Plus. And also, that is the end of Visceron once I've murdered the frogs. I don't know why there are frogs here.
Dimensions, you know.
Yeah, you can just explain everything in this game with like, oh, dimensional rips, it's fine.
Yeah, true.
Also, there's water, so frogs.
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah. Alright, now the most fun part of this speedrun. 20 minutes of uninterrupted arena battles.
Ugh.
So, unfortunately, we need to collect everything in the game or something for this category, so we,
How could that happen?
This also means we have to go back and do the arena stuff, like, you know. It's not too bad, though. There is a strat that you can do, which I'm not going to do, because, my god, it is not easy. It's called arena stacking, and what that essentially does is it lets you start one of the arena battles, but then start another one on top of that one. So essentially, you can overlap 2 of the arena battles, so you can do 2 of them at the same time. But there's also a very high chance, just because of the way the trick is performed, you break the game and you end up soft locking something, and then you just don't make any progress at all. And it's very, very easy to mess it up. But like, for example, this arena challenge, I'm restricted to only this shotgun. I have to kill 25 enemies with only this shotgun. If I used the arena stacking, I would have had everything else. I would have been able to use the weapons from other arena challenges, which is just like, oh, kill however many enemies in a certain amount of time with any weapon or whatever, you know, just let me use the whatever weapon I wanted. Which will speed up not only this one, but it'll, because they're both overlapped, the arenas themselves overlap, so this arena won't have as many hazards, it'll be easier to navigate, and it will be a lot nicer, but it is a very difficult strat, and it can lose so much time if you mess it up, so it's unfortunate, but that's how it works. But now is time to fight Sue.
Who is Sue?
So, say hello to our friend Sue. Hello, Sue.
Oh! Hello, Sue.
I also realized I forgot to buy a weapon. That's not great, but it's not the end of the world. I could, in fact, I might do exactly that, actually. I might just go outside to Mrs. Turk and purchase it really quick. I forgot to buy a weapon, not a dollar, sorry, the Visceron before. It's just a quick pit stop, you know, it's not the end of the world.
I mean,
Look, you...
a lot of things just happened on Visceron real quick there, so it's understandable.
Yeah, very true. Just completely slipped my mind, like, bruh. Okay, it's fine, you know, like, we can use our hover boots out here, so we just go and say hello to Mrs. Zircon really quick. Buy the cold snap. While we're out here, you know, upgrade it. That's fully upgraded. That isn't, though. We can upgrade that, and now this is probably going to be a little bit easier, so we just go back in. pretend that didn't happen, and we go to the next arena challenge. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh yes, survive 5 waves against the Mangler. That sounds fun.
Nothing great about like this many waves, because if you have to wait for the next wave, well, it's a time sink.
Yep. This is why arena stacking actually saves about 6 or 7 minutes in this point alone. Because, like, the way I do it, it's not like the end of the world, but it will take me about 15-20 minutes to get through every arena. Where usually, like, top runners like Beedod, even Nautical's probably done it before.
No, I cannot do arena stacking at all.
Beedod and Sin can, they're too good at the game. Like, they're beyond crank.
There's even a chart for like 100% where you do a very specific arena stacking in a specific order to do all of it.
Oh yeah, I should mention, you have to stack arenas in a specific order, otherwise they just overlap very poorly and it just breaks everything. This is why I opted not to do the arena stacking.
Yeah, the really tricky part too is you have to complete an arena challenge, or the arena challenges, in specific orders also, while the other ones are going. So you can't accidentally complete one of the arena challenges while the one you're trying to complete is still going.
Yep. So say, for example, that shotgun one from before, I would have to complete that one first, and then I'd have to complete whatever one I've stacked on top of it, like, afterwards. So, but because there's so much happening in the arena at the time, there's literally 2 challenges going on at the same time. Like, I have to make sure I get the one. Like, I do the one. The only benefit is you can stack multiple at the same time. You can beat like 2 or 3 at the same time, pretty much. That's the only added benefit of it, and it gets it done much faster than just doing them all individually, but it's so damn hard.
Well, yeah, and at that point, like, the payoff isn't worth it. Like, if it's extremely challenging and it ends up killing runs, like, unless you, oh, I have this in the bag, like, it's really late in the run to be trying this.
The only time I would do it is if it's record pace, and, like, I need to do it to, like, save the 5 minutes for world record, you know? That's the only way I'd probably do it, like... I was going to learn how to do it and do it every time, but it's not... just thinking about it gives me, like, anxiety, my god. So painful.
And that's kind of the running, though. You don't need to do, like, every single thing all the time. Like...
Yeah, very true. It's very, very pretty.
That's the beauty of it. I know it was a traumatic experience for her, but Rivet's robo-arm is very cool looking.
It is very awesome.
Not to make light of a dark situation, but it looks pretty neat.
Yeah, I do hope Insomniac make a sequel to this game. I don't know if they are planning it. I will tell you this, I have insider knowledge, and it's totally not because they told everyone, but they are developing Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine at the same time at the moment. But apparently, there is an untitled 3rd game they're currently working on. And we don't know what that is.
Yes, so Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah!
Hell yeah.
Bring back Toby!
To be fair, it could be like the actual IP. Because I know like the massive success of Spider-Man, like surely another company's like, right, here you go, have the rights to Daredevil or something, you know, and just like make us a good game.
Wireless controller batteries on
the true final boss.
Ignore that. I think they could actually do that, because the Spider-Man games are brilliant. They're bloody brilliant. If you've never played them, change that, please. Thank you.
Go ahead and fix that, thanks.
Yeah, they're also both available on PC. I don't know why I'm a walking advertisement for Insomniac, but
Hey, you like their games? No shame.
I do very much.
We're all gamers here.
I grew up on these games. I grew up on PlayStation games, you know. So if Insomniac, if you could pretty please give me money, I don't know, sponsor you. Insomniac actually really like speedruns as well, which they're like the one of the only game companies I know to like fully embrace the speedruns.
Yeah.
Because I've actually heard they I don't know if it was invited or not, but they actually have had speedrunners in the past like sit in their office while all of the devs are just like chilling around them, and they just do a speedrun of one of the games. Like next to them, just in like the living room of the office. It's like so cute.
Insomniac, if you're listening, I'm free.
Yeah, I'll do a rip apart run, you know. I've heard that is I've heard that people have done like Spyro runs, like some big streamers, like big Spyro streamers, that are like gone over to California or wherever their headquarters is, and just sat in their living room, like explained how all the run works and all that. They're just like, oh, this is what we do and all, and they love it. They embrace it fully, just like, oh, this is great, you know. I think that is so cool to do, you know. No, I'm sorry.
No, good. I just saw in chat someone mention it's like, oh, the other unidentified title, Amplitude 2, and oh my god, please, I would love that because I have played a lot of Amplitude, like the rhythm game, and it rules. So yeah, I don't know if that's my vote. I'm sorry. As cool as this is, I would like another Amplitude.
Fair enough. To each their own, you know. That's why I went back to buy that weapon, by the way. It's very useful. It's not that high level, doesn't have that many upgrades in it at the moment, but it is still very useful. So we killed Skolo, the Seeker Bead.
So they just all get like dramatic names in the arenas.
Yeah, it's outside. It's just undead Grunthor or like Seeker Bead, and in here it's Skolo and Sue.
Sue.
Oh, we love Sue.
The Mangler. I almost said the Wrangler. It's like, no, the Mangler. I can read, I promise.
Not the clothing brand.
Yeah, not the jeans. Also not a type of, isn't there like a Jeep Wrangler? Isn't that a car? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
I think so.
Well, I mean, you could probably ride the Wrangler in Wrangler jeans. So,
That's true.
not sponsored.
The only benefit of all collectibles categories, or like or gold, for example, at the end I just get infinite ammo. It's so nice. I don't have to worry about ammo. I just hold my right trigger down and he'll die. It's so beautiful.
I love the happy robot face for holding up like the wave sign and everything. Like, yeah!
Oh yeah, that's a Zircon Jr. Totally not a psychopath at all, but yeah, he's cool.
I mean,
Voiced by the same voice actor as Zin.
you know what? That tracks.
We love it. I love that Zircon Jr. Zircon Jr. It's actually based off a weapon in A Crack in Time, and I believe in Tools of Destruction as well, called Mr. Zircon. You can just deploy him, and he's just like a little robot that fires and fights alongside you. It's like so cute.
With really good voice lines.
Yeah. Yoo-hoo, Mr. Zircon.
Mr. Zircon is here to kill you.
Oh, it's great. It's sad they didn't bring them back for this game, but I get it, you know. Mr. Zircon, he's moved on in life. He owns a pub now, you know, like.
And Battleplex.
Yeah, pub and battle arena, you know. It can't be cheap, you know. Gotta rake in the money for the family, you know, the Zircon family. Gotta pay the bills. Instead of helping Ratchet fight evil, he's serving drinks at his pub and watching the battles in the arena.
You know what? That's how you get tips. I understand. Money needs to be exchanged for goods and services.
This is true. This is true.
I love as you're doing this, everything flying into you in the cutscene of like, yeah, I won! And it's just like a swarm of bees.
Those are the bolts. That's literally the currency. So we're just getting pelted with money.
They're making it hail on you.
We love that. Oh, this is a funny one. Right, it says you have to kill them with the weapons that are randomized for you.
Oh.
They didn't count the wrench in this, so I could just beat the hell out of them with a keyblade and then it just works. Like some of the like awful weapons that are random, like some of the weapons I'll admit in this game they're not.
Bon voyage, cough.
They're not great, but yeah, we just kill them with a wrench and like it's only like 2 or 3 swings and they die. Especially these like the mini ones. Then again, the drill hound. Now that is a cool weapon. Like look at it, it just goes for the floor and it jumps at them like crack.
And makes it woof noises.
Beat up call it the woof woof gun.
Ensign.
Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? This is one of my favourite weapons actually, the bullet hole storm. Its upgraded version actually creates black holes. It's so cool. I'm so sad that we don't actually use that in the speedrun. It's not optimal.
Unless you get the weird bug that makes it fire like 3 times faster for some reason.
Do we even know why they did that, or is it just like it happens randomly?
Someone looked into it, but I never followed up on it.
If someone knows in the chat, let us know.
Yeah, and if it's easily repeatable.
There's a whole like 3-page essay in the chat about the bug.
Wall of text.
Okay. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this version. But this is a fun one. I've just been given a weapon. It's very cool. A sniper rifle. Not a big fan of it personally, but it is very effective.
Oh, yeah, this is kind of the exact opposite of what you've been doing the entire game, so...
Yeah. At least it's only 3 waves. You know? It's these things they can just like dodge like really easily. Those my head hitbox is a little scuffed sometimes. Like I hit that guy's chest somehow. Need to aim a tiny bit higher, I guess. It's still cool though. Like I can still one-shot them.
The infinite ammo on this for this fight makes it a lot nicer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, imagine if it was like 1 shot, 1 kill. Like you have like 1 piece
One
of ammo.
chamber.
Yeah, you had exactly enough ammo for each one.
That would be so cool for like a arena challenge though. I don't know why like that kind of stuff doesn't exist in these games. Like some of the arena challenges in the old games are so good. Like the ones in this game, they're pretty fun. Like don't get me wrong. Like as much as we knock on about them being like too long, but like they are fun. They are very fun. We're gonna go to the last 2 now actually. After this one. The others in like Cracking Time especially, they are some of the more fun ones. Like there's one where like there's a certain type of enemy in that game throws like lobs these like really large bombs at you. You have to destroy 50 of them on a turret in the air. It's a very hard challenge, but you have to destroy all 50 in the air.
Forget about Chainblade. Chainblade.
Chainblade. There's also Snowball the Wargrok as a boss fight. That's really cool. And the Hydra Tank. God, that game is incredible, man.
Brawler.
That's Deadlock.
No, that's Going Commando, same as Chainblade.
Is it? Yeah. Okay, never mind. But it's been a while, okay? Like, it's when I was like 10 years old. That was a whole 11 years ago. So, like,
yeah, Going Commando was my first Ratchet Clank game. That's why I played a lot of Going Commando.
Believe it or not, Rack 1 was my first rank game.
Rack 1 was my second rack game.
Interesting.
Really nailed it
What
on the
order
order.
did you go in?
Not the right one.
My order was, I played the first 3, and then I played, honestly, I think I played the Cracking Time before Tools of Destruction. I could be wrong. Because I think I played the Cracking Time, because we told the story earlier in the run, it was so cute. But we played that one, or I played that one rather, like when I was a lot younger, and then I think, oh my god, this game's like really, really cool. And then there's Tools of Destruction that I hadn't heard of at the time, so I think I bought that afterwards. Or I got it for my birthday or something. You know? Because like being, what, like 6 years old, 7 years old, yeah, all the money and income I have. Just purchase a game on the PS Store real quick. But yeah, no, I started playing them in order after a Cracking Time, I'm pretty sure, because it was Nexus and then there was the newer one. Well, I say newer one, is the remake for the movie. I don't know if anyone knew Ratchet and Clank is actually a film.
I did not know that there was a movie, no.
Yeah, they made a movie back in like 2016, but it was to tie in their remake of the first game. They remade their first game, but they changed it all. They changed a lot of it, which I'm not very happy about personally, because the first game's story is so like it's so good, but it's also like so mean-spirited in certain parts, and that's what I like about it. They made it so like friendly. You know, which I get it. It's for kids and it's a kids film and all that, but like I think they went a bit too safe with it, and a lot of people don't like it for that reason. Like if you want to play the first Ratchet and Clank game, play the original. Like it's so much better in my opinion. But you know, to each their own. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. This is our final thing. What's it called? Final arena battle. Where Skolo, he's having a great time. He's not very happy we murdered him before, but Sue isn't very happy either, so they're kind of tag teaming at the moment. Tekken Tag Tournament right now, so there you are. Hello, Sue. How you doing?
Sue's a bush now.
Also an ice cube. I don't know how I can... Well, you can freeze bones, I guess. I don't know. I was gonna say, how can you? I don't know how you can freeze bones, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. There's some science to explain that you can somewhere, probably.
And I mean, there's a lot of other science in this game that doesn't necessarily make sense, so I don't know why we would draw the line at that.
Yeah, very true. Alrighty then. So, that is the end of the arena battles. Now on to the best part of the game, the final end. The final chapter, the final boss.
1 sec.
Time will be coming up. Time will be coming up in about 4 minutes. That is Emperor Nefarious, by the way. Very cute.
He looks
Now
great.
he was introduced like 7 levels ago, but now we get to see him.
There we go, and this is what they've done to our poor planet. Yeah, time will happen at the last input for this boss fight. And we have just received the Rhino. This is one of the most powerful weapons in the game and is beautiful. You'll quickly see why. Look at that.
Flashing lights warning this does
Yeah. This is a very pretty weapon though. I don't think any of the Easter eggs are until we upgrade the weapon, unfortunately, though. Because, like, you see, the way the weapon works... Okay, I'll explain it. The way the weapon works, it opens a portal, and things fall from the sky. And this portal can be, like, anything. So, like, there's barrels, there's spaceships, there's a sheep.
Drek
You know?
the sheep.
Yeah, that is actually the villain from the very first Ratchet and Clank game. He was turned into a sheep in the remake. And the game actually confirms that that is him. Like in one of the biographies, the game actually confirms that it's that it's him, which I think is really cute.
It's like, yeah, that's that sheep.
I think I remember seeing some of the Easter eggs when I watched somebody play this when it first came out, and them losing their minds over the Easter eggs.
Yeah, there's some really cool ones. There's Jack and Daxter, there's Sly Cooper, there's all sorts. It's really cool. Oh, this is the final boss, by the way, I should mention.
Got big noodly arms. Okay.
Hell yeah. Now let's see if I actually remember how to one cycle. I totally know, right?
I like that it's power suit in quotes. Like,
Yeah, we one cycled it. Nice. Go me.
beautiful.
I should mention as well, on New Game Plus, there's a chance that if you damage it too much, the suit, like if you damage the suit too much, it will soft lock the game. There's phases to it, like what we're doing pretty much for, you see the eye lenses, they're kind of like, well that's what they are, they're eye lenses, so we're breaking the lenses on the eyes, and each one of them has its own individual health bar. So if we accidentally destroy one of them before the phase is over, for it will stop lock the game. But it's like so insanely difficult to do that. This is mostly, now that we've got the Rhino, this is mostly how the final fight will go. Just throw a bush at them, launch a crate at them from the abyss, you know.
In New Game Plus, the weapons are so overpowered and max level that it's really easy to soft lock this. In my most recent run, I did it 3 times.
Well,
That has to be really frustrating because you're like all the way here and then you're just like, ugh.
Well, yeah, and you're waiting for the next phase to come out of the portal, and you're like, maybe it's a soft lock. I'll wait a little longer just to see, and then.
Oh, gross.
oh dear.
Oh, yeah.
That
Please
was
do that.
Oh,
Those rocks, those 2 rocks right there are
That's
randomly
fine.
generated.
love that. The monks are helping out. That's so kind of them. Oh, there's something really funny about this, actually. So for some reason, if we restart the checkpoint and throw our Keyblade at it one-shots the nodes on
alright.
the heart.
Sure.
Like, you shoot a rocket at it, it does nothing but your Keyblade. No, that's completely fine.
That's fine. That just makes us more of a Kingdom Hearts game. It's like, the Keyblade is like absolutely super powerful. It's just finalizing all of its elements.
One might say
Final
it's,
phase.
Keith and Nefarious' heart.
Aww.
Aww. This is the final phase. It is time, Emperor Nefarious, to perish.
So, Recon, we are killing the fish, right?
Oh, 100%.
Excellent.
That will make sense in about a minute. Yeah, what I love about the Rhino especially as well, it's a stage clearing weapon. Like, I can just fire it at the back of the arena here. I can fire it at the back of the arena here, and it will hit absolutely everyone, mostly. And all of them are just gonna die, like, really quickly. I will say, though, once these fishies spawn, time is very soon. Where am I? Okay, time is coming up. If we have that ready, I don't know how all that works. You see the fish?
There it is, the fish! Kill the fish!
Die. Kill the fish.
Excellent.
Kill the fish.
Rip little fish.
Alright, time is coming up very shortly. 3, 2, 1. That is time.
GG.
This is the part where
Pain. Oh, lovely. We like it.
It was like a Titanfall 2 BT softball throw at the end there.
Yeah. Oh, we love it. It's such a fun game. I love it, honestly. Very fun speedrun. I know we kinda glossed over, like, the majority of the stuff in there, but...
I mean, you covered so much ground so fast that, like,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Sorry, the controller made noise. I was scared then.
The first half of the run is really hard to cover because it's just back to back all the fast tracks.
it's just everything like all at once, like do. Yeah, it's such a good game. I can't recommend it enough. Honestly, I really cannot recommend it enough. But it's also very long.
Yeah.
Like But you know what? 246. Not too bad.
Yeah, especially
take
with
those.
like a crash, having to reroute.
Yeah, very improv. That's what we like, you know. Thank you, Ray Beetle. I appreciate that.
Ready to fix this, pal? I wouldn't.
Oh yeah, I realized we forgot to mention Clank lost his arm.
All the way at the beginning.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for that run. It was really cool to see. It was really fun, and we got a fun Kingdom Hearts title out of it too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But next up we have M Chan running 100% in the Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. And as a reminder, we do have a new incentive for that too. So if you're interested in that, let's try and get that before the end of the run.
Sorry for what I said before.
Very cool.
You're my friend. And thank you.
We'll play the end credits because there's a nice song at the end credits.
Oh, look at the art. It's adorable.
It is very cute. Stream will be able to hear the song. It's like the best song ever. It's Nefarious. The two Nefarious singing a Disney villain duet.
Good.
Like, it is incredible. You need to sing the Neffy song, Not a Chance. Sorry.
Beautiful.
It is a very pretty song.
My new ringtone just dropped, everybody.
It's actually on Spotify. It's just really
I'll have
cool.
to go look it up.
I'm sorry, Reveal, I just can't. It's called Join Me at the top. It's very, very cute. Like it actually gives like Disney villain vibes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very cool. But yeah, that's that pretty much. Does anyone have anything they would like to say at all?
I'd like to say that I had fun, and thank you for having me and letting me tag along and be the backseat like experiences for the first time. So thanks for having me around. I really appreciate it.
No problem. No problem at all. It's great having you here. Very good game. Would recommend. Anything you'd like to add, Nautical?
Same thing here. That was a lot of fun. Like the event. Shout out to the Rack Discord again and Insomniac devs.
Yeah, please give me money. I want to run the game more. Sponsor me and I'll promote all your games in some way.
Insomniac, are you listening?
Someone tweet this at them. Yeah, clip it, tweet. Yeah, very fun. Very fun though. Appreciate the event for having me along for this. It was a great grand old time. It's nice to come back after all this time. It's really been a while since I've really sat down and really played this one, but yeah, very cool. That's pretty much all I have to say. Appreciate everyone for stopping by. Please donate. It's a very good cause.
Absolutely. Once again, thank you for the run. We will be right back, and we will be watching M-Chan run A Link to the Past.
Sounds very fun. What? Alright. We still live on the thing? Still see me there? Hello! I'm still here.
Taco, donate towards those new incentives, which means that we get more marathon. You get more of this.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And maybe
Which
some
is-
more Kingdom Hearts titles.
Yeah, very. That would back.
From what I understand, Hollow Nest is very like. Well, I think I've seen Hollow Nest and it's super neat. So my vote would be that one.
Clothe ourselves in light, hoping we'll survive. Won't raise a white flag. 'Cause I'll die on the shield, 'cause they're coming for the kill. Even though my mind is reeling still. Oh, we've been here before. Armor and sword, embers fill up my lungs. Half dead and asleep, I messed up to dreams. Will you be ready when the darkness comes?
All right, everybody. We are in middle of going and getting our next run ready. And while we're at it, let me explain a couple of the incentives that we have available for us. We just got a couple of new incentives. One of them is for the last run of the day. We have a couple going on actually, or last run of the marathon actually, and that's Hollow Knight. We have Pantheon of Hollow Nest, which is after the run. We also have a bid war going on for Hollow Knight for saving Mila and killing Mila. Saving Mila is at $59 right now, and kill Mila is at 0, so if you want to kill Mila, you can go ahead and donate towards that. We also have Hollow Knight Save or Kill Nailsmith bid war, and right now Save the Nailsmith is at $59 and Kill the Nailsmith is at $57. So if you would like to kill the Nailsmith, you can donate $3 and get that in right there. We also have, for the next run, a Link to the Past we have a bonus any percent glitched run coming up, and that is at $85. And we also have another bonus any percent, and that was any percent wrong warp for Super Meat Boy, and that is also at $85. So if you'd like to see either one of those, you can go ahead and donate towards that. All right, everyone, and with the new run coming in, this will be the end of my shift for the remainder of the marathon. I really enjoyed doing this. It was super fun. I'm always glad to do it, and I will leave you in the wonderful hands of Osmorn.
Hello, everyone. My name is Osmorn, and I'm going to be hosting for a good bit of this Link to the Past run for you. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm excited to see M-Chan because I know that this run is a really good one of his, and he's done amazing stuff for us in the past. Haha, Link to the Past. Get it? No pun intended. But I'm super excited to see him here because it's going to be a lot of fun to vibe as we go through this A Link to the Past 100% run. Make sure you get those donations in because we have some amazing incentives that have opened up, including the Pantheon Apollo Nest. That's going to be our final incentive for tonight, about $150. But we also have two bonus any percent runs. One for A Link to the Past, the one we're going to see right now, $85 until the end of this run. So that's very achievable. And then another $85 for a bonus any percent run for Super Meat Boy. So make sure you get all those donations in because I want to see more of the marathon, and I know that you do too.
all you've been told. Don't blink, don't run, don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles.